wanting people to listen, you can't just tap them on the shoulder anymore. You have to hit them with a sledgehammer. And then you'll notice you've got their strict attention.
So your murderers come with smiles. They come as your friends, the people who have cared for you all of your life, and they always seem to come at a time when you're at your weakest and most in need of their help.
But here's my advice to the rest of you. Take dead aim on the Richmonds. Get them in the crosshairs and take them down.
I'm ready. Let's do it right now, right here. Come on.
All right.
I love you.
I love you, honey bunny.
Everybody be cool, it's the robbery!
Any of you pricks move! And I'll execute every last one of you!
I generally come in at least 15 minutes late. After that, I just sort of space out for about an hour. I just stare at my desk. But it looks like I'm working. I do that for probably another hour after lunch, too. I'd say in a given week, I probably only do about 15 minutes of real, actual work.
The whole world gone crazy! Am I the only one around here who gives a shit about the rules? Market zero! You think I'm fucking around here, market zero? Son of a bitch! Son of a bitch! You lousy son of a bitch! If there's one thing I can't stand, it's a double crosser!
Playing with my money is like playing with my emotions.
I want that son of a bitch dead. I want him dead. I want you to get this fuck where he breathes. I want him dead. I want his family dead. I want his house burnt to the ground. I want to go to the middle of the night. I want to piss on his ass.
Kick this ass for a man, that's all. Kick my ass. Enjoy. Come on. I'm not asking, I'm telling with this. Kick my ass.
Just say the first thing that pops into your mind. You sold me a crummy watch. I want my money back.
You know what you can do with that watch? Stick it up your ass.
Good. It's a mystery. It's a mystery wrapped in a riddle inside an enigma. Don't you get it? Fuck, man.
It's still real to me, damn it.
The Ron and Fez show. And when you hear that song, it can only mean one thing. Today is Rex Manning Day. Rex Manning will be stopping by here, signing copies of his new album. It's the Ron and Fez show. I'm Ron, there's Fez.
Hiya, buddies. And I get to get Rex's lunch.
I don't want to get into that whole thing.
Just so everyone knows, I'm getting Rex's lunch.
I know that apparently Eastside Dave has a crush on him. You're trying to be mean to
I have to get Rex's
All right. Okay, you can do it. Don't shave your head and make us have a mock funeral. All right, Ron and Fez show. Music brought to us, of course, by Black Earl.
What's happening, babies?
Yeah, whatever happened to the black thing up front?
I thought you didn't like it.
No,
anymore.
I did. I just changed.
I don't
my
like
mind.
any of them.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't care for one.
I don't care for fake radio voice that you only do for one part of the whole show.
There hasn't been one that's what they call tickling my fancy.
Right. I know your dream is to be Venus Flytrap, but today is Rex Manning Day. And if that kid's stealing, I want you to grab him and put him in my office.
Superb.
866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. Now, Fez, I didn't know that they had done this. I caught a little bit of the Barbara Walters Oscar special last night. Now they do it 4 days before the Oscar?
I thought it was supposed to be Oscar evening, like the show right before the Oscars on ABC.
Now, was this the first year they pushed it back? Because I know that the red carpet thing has gotten so big, and you've already seen all the interviews. Like back when Barbara Walters used to start this, and it had to be a lifetime ago.
25 years ago.
You would not be able to see movie stars a lot on TV. But now, I guess with E! Entertainment and all the extra shows, it's no big deal.
Yeah, this is the first year that they've pushed it back early.
But you would have thought that would have, blown up and everybody would have been talking about it. It's like you moved Christmas Eve 4 days back before Christmas.
I had no idea that this thing was on last night.
Yeah, well, I want to do a little contest one day and see who's more out of touch, Barbara Walters or Larry King, and just go back and forth and force them to look at themselves.
I would have to go with Larry.
Larry's out of his mind. Now, I was watching, he had Jon Stewart on this week pushing the Oscar things, but he kept showing clips of other people's shows. He would show other comedians doing jokes and then throw it back to Jon Stewart.
I watched him last night because he had Andy Griffith, Ron Howard, and Jim Nabors on.
Now, he makes a big deal about the fact that he doesn't know show prep. So whoever comes on the show, he knows nothing about.
Yeah, he has no clue. And I no lie, one of the questions was to Jim Nabors, did Don Knotts make you laugh?
Yes.
And it's like, all right, you have a million guests on. You had Don Knotts' daughter. You had Andy Taylor. You had Opie Taylor. You had Gomer Pyle. You had Joyce DeWitt on for Three's Company. You've run out of questions at this point? Did Don Knotts make you laugh?
Was he a physical comedian? Is that what you'd say?
Those were the questions. He just has no clue what's going on.
And then I like a lot of times that he'll have somebody on. She's one of the hottest young starlets today. The kids are crazy about her. Here's Angie Dickinson. Angie, and I'm like, what, have you been in a coma? Have you slept over the years?
He did this question, too, to Gomer Pyle. He says, Jem, you were only on the Andy Griffith Show 3 years. What happened? He has no clue about a show called Gomer Pyle USMC.
He loves the fact that he knows nothing about his guests, which, of course, the viewers do know.
What happened?
Steve, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Say no more, Maya Moore. I'm going to fuck Rex Manning in the copy room. Sorry, boys.
All right, see, I've had enough of that. I've had enough of this. I just want this signing with Rex Manning to go smooth today. And if you guys keep aggravating me, I'm going to throw on AC/DC, go into my office, and start playing the drums. It's my only way of dealing, Fez.
That's why you are a superb manager.
You better cut it out.
Superb.
Stop it.
Superb.
Sit on the couch. Jim, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I don't think it was coincidental that the Barbara Walters special was pushed up to last night because it was the last night of sweeps.
Oh, so you think because she's such a big star and these big stars work out, it's better for... Yeah, okay. So he said it's the positive thing, Fez.
Oh,
well,
okay, they gave
I
her
don't think
better...
it's positive.
The fact that she's 90 and getting a foot massage from Matthew McConaughey doesn't just seem to be totally weird.
Why don't people tell her no?
And she actually brought up to Matthew McConaughey, I understand that for 20 years you haven't worn deodorant. And he's like, that's true. Well, that's the end of our interview.
Yeah, what else are you supposed to say? I'm a stinky boy. I'm Matthew McConaughey.
All right, the other thing that was weird on there, she has Mimi on. What the hell is the singer that...
Oh, Mariah Carey.
Yeah, the Mimi is back or whatever. So she's got this 12,000 square foot penthouse, New York penthouse, which God knows what that would cost. As much as the state of Delaware, probably. 1 bedroom. She doesn't have anybody stay over. And then she has a steam bath with a bed in it that she sleeps in for her voice.
Wow, that doesn't sound like it would be good, drinking in wet air all night.
Or just laying in your own steam sweat. It can't be good for you.
Yeah, do you have rubber sheets?
Oh, I think she needs them anyway. She had those from back when she was a little weird.
When she was breaking dishes and pissing herself.
So I didn't even know this. Mariah Carey, 16 #1 hits, much as Elvis. She's
Crazy.
as big as Elvis.
Yeah, and chasing the Beatles. She'll catch him, pass him up.
How many do the Beatles have?
I think they have 18. I think she's like 2 away.
Wow. That's crazy. I had no idea. I know, I'm like Larry King here. Mariah Carey, I understand you're a singer.
Mamie, what's going on with that?
Is it important to hit the high notes? Do you try to stay with the orchestra when they're playing?
Is that a wet heat in that bedroom?
Nat King Cole. How come we don't hear about him anymore? Hey, would you rub my feet? Jack, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, when I was watching Lost last night, they were promoting the Barbara Walters special.
By the way, that fucking loss was intense last night.
Always.
I was a nervous wreck.
They were showing Barbara Walters asking 3 questions of 3 guests. It was Matthew McConaughey, Mariah Carey, and George Clooney. And the 3 questions were, are you going to get married? The next question was, did you want to commit suicide? And the final question was, are you going to get married?
She always wants everybody to get married. Everybody should get married.
Because she's a person, this mummy in a pantsuit, is a person who...
What did you call her?
Mummy in a pantsuit.
And you feel like that's fair?
Yes.
Okay.
Is she not 3,000 years old?
Yeah, she is. And by the way, it starts off, she is wearing a pantsuit that maybe Liberace passed down. This maroon sparkly thing that was like she was ready to get into the Mummers Parade.
Oh, she loves a smart suit, either with pants or a skirt. She has to have a smart suit.
You're going to have to help us for us that aren't gay. What is a smart suit? What does that mean?
A smart suit is like a business ensemble. It's sexy, but you could wear it to a board meeting.
So it makes you look smart, you mean?
Exactly.
Okay, sex, not sexy, smart.
Exactly.
All right, I'm going to be using that now. Earl wears a smart suit every day in here with his the man in black look.
He tends to go with the skirt combo instead of the pants. That's why it works for him.
Skirt. All right. So anyway, that's what I ended up doing as the night wore on, Fez. It was a terrible show, and I could not turn it off. I just couldn't stop because it was like watching a rape go down.
It's part of Oscar fever.
Yeah.
It helps you get in the mood for the Oscars this coming Sunday.
Now, speaking of rape, there's a story in New York. This woman, I guess she's like a day care worker or something. She takes care of kids. She's just a big, ugly heifer. You know what I mean? Just a big, thick, scary woman. And she molested a 4-year-old boy. Her defense is, he came on to me.
Yeah, that he would show up at the daycare. He would go to hug her and hit her breasts. Now, if you've seen this woman,
right,
age 37, Kamwatli Badesi is her name, you would notice that she's all breasts.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to avoid hitting her breasts if you wanted to give her a hug.
And it's impossible for a 4-year-old to come on. And just to try to describe this woman, I don't know if you're a wrestling fan, but everybody remembers Kamala. It looked like Kamala in a wig.
Yeah, the kids love to see the crescent moon painted on her belly.
By the way, Fez, good news. The good folks from the Hideouts, J-Dubs, sent us a couple of Kamala songs because he's got a brand new album out. And I guess they had him on the show last night or the night before.
Yeah, we work with J-Dubs at WJFK in Washington. Huge Kamala fan.
Gigantic Kamala fan. Loves him. Booked him on the show down at Real Radio in Orlando. Play a little, and he sent me the songs. I haven't listened to them yet. Let's see if we can make it through a minute of the Kamala tunes. All right, already I love it.
Well, folks, let me tell you about my grandbaby. Hey, booty girl, I hadn't seen in months. The one I call Booty Girl. Booty Girl. She's just 6 years old. And it's been almost a year since we've seen one another.
Booty Girl.
Yeah.
Hey, Booty Girl. Now, that's a long time for a 6-year-old. I ain't gonna take up a lot of your time.
So you can have a career after wrestling.
Even if you didn't talk.
We should put out an Uncomfortable Wrestling album once with just the Macho Man stuff, the Hulk stuff, and now Kamala doing Stroking by Clarence Clemens, it sounds like.
Now, I would have thought he had to sing through his handler, Friday.
Yeah, I don't know if Friday's still with him. I think, much like Mimi left Tommy Mottola, it looks like Kamala needed to get away from Friday.
Who wore a mask and a pith helmet.
And yeah, it looked like a beekeeper that was worried about hitting his head.
And he always had to put Kamala off of his opponents.
Hey, Dave, you're on Ron and Fez.
This Kamala guy's a little bit too much like Brother Joe in a girl song.
Well, it does sound a little bit like that. And again, that's because he was doing Clarence.
I said, that's okay, grandbaby, I understand.
I'm understand.
Just whenever you get a chance.
And I didn't even I thought he didn't speak English back then.
He didn't even talk. He had to act out that he was scared to get thrown in the Undertaker's coffin.
Hey, booty girl. So she laid there in my lap, stroking me up and down my arms. I hadn't seen you in months.
Who's this lucky girl that hooked up with Kamala?
She's 6 years old with a fantastic ass. She's booty girl.
Oh, I hadn't seen you in months.
The drums you hear is him hitting his belly.
Jay, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, buddy.
That Kamala sounds just like Earl if he were to sing.
Earl, you know what? For you, whenever we talk to you, I want you to start playing the Kamala music. By the way, Earl's eating like a maniac over there during the show. What are you enjoying, Earl?
I had half a bagel.
Why now?
You have 23 hours a day that you don't need to be eating bagel.
I feel weird. I feel a little lightheaded.
A little sugar problems? You need a sugar high? Because today is Rex Manning Day. He's coming in, and he's doing signings.
Maybe I can get you set when I go to get Rex Manning's lunch.
Nobody's getting his lunch. Don't even worry about it.
I have to get Rex's lunch!
All right, Fez is getting his lunch. That's the only one that gets to do it. That's all right there. Howie, you're on Ron and Fez.
Big ass code 12415.
Oh, way to go old school for us, buddy.
I got to beg to differ. Kim Chi was Kamala's handler.
Yeah, same guy, two different names.
And was it Robinson Crusoe had Friday?
Now, Fez is saying that Kim Chi was also called Friday.
Yeah.
How late in the career was that?
Friday was usually with him like when he was in the NWA. Kim Chi they went with in the WWF when Kamala first went there, and then later in the WWE during like some gimmick things. It was Friday again.
All right, let's hear the other Kamala song. This sent to us by our buddies at the Hideout, who I think had an exclusive radio interview with Kamala. They got him first and I believe last.
This is for all the men's out there.
Men's.
The one you love. I have a question for all of you. Have you ever been in love? And have your woman ever told you how much she loves you? And how much she want to spend the rest of her life with you?
I think that happens to all men's.
Have you ever
all men's had to go through this.
Well, I have. Nothing left.
He's kind of likable, though, huh, Earl? In a step and fetch it kind of way.
She was in love with another man.
I hope he's still got the makeup on and the loincloth while he's singing.
It wasn't too funny then.
He's not.
And I was so confused.
He's like he's from 1938.
But anyway, I want to know, do you know how it feels?
By the way, J-Dubs was just the tears were running down his eyes when he was listening to this.
J-Dubs likes to pretend Kamala's singing right to him.
Right.
A little embarrassed.
Sometimes J-Dubs sits up late at night just smoking cigarettes in the dark and drinking wine and listening to this album.
And we ain't going to dwell on that.
I think we got one more by him, too, Fez. Kamala, brand new album. I don't know whether he's even still using the name Kamala. I hope he is, though. All right, let's take a listen to this other song.
I be stroking.
Whoa. Yeah.
That's what I be doing.
Listen to Kamala.
I be stroking.
I like this one best.
I stroke it to the east, and I stroke it to the west. I stroke it to the woman that I love the best. I be stroking.
Speaking of stroking, we do need to get an update from Eastside Dave.
Let me ask you something.
40 days without pleasure.
What? He's got a long Lent out of him.
That's his Lent.
To make love.
He is completely abstaining.
Have you ever made love just before breakfast?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kamala.
Have you ever made love while you watch the Late Late Show?
Kimchi on drums.
Well, let me ask you this. Have you ever made love on a couch?
Have you ever made love with a fabulous moolah?
Well, let me ask you this.
Let me ask you
Have
this.
you ever made love on the back seat of a car? I remember one time I made love on the back seat of a car.
Kamala's great.
And the police came and shined his light on me.
Fucking act.
I'm stroking.
I once made love in a cage match.
What I'm doing, I be stroking. I stroke it to the east, and I stroke it to the west.
All right, Eastside Dave made a promise for Len. He told the Lord he would not touch his freckled penis for 40 days. How he holding up, Eastside?
Good, but it was extremely difficult last night.
Tough to get to sleep?
Oh, my God. Yeah, I slept about 3 hours in total. This is really going to wear me down.
Can't sleep on your belly.
Yeah, that's true. No release for 40 days, just like Jesus.
I tell you what, I really can identify with the modern American woman and her anger at commercials, because I'm trying to watch American Idol and sports just to get my mind off of spanking it. You know, it was the males up last night, and every single commercial was just chick in a thong, chick in a bra. I couldn't take it anymore. Can we have some commercials that just about football and beer?
So just like Fox News is too difficult for you now.
Everything. I tried.
Now, what would you have done any other time? Just hop up and run one out?
Absolutely. I have no self-control. So if I see a hot commercial, but what I would do is then put porn in, and that would tantalize me to put the pornography in and to start spanking.
The only American woman you could identify with is Kathy Griffith, you redheaded freak.
Well, today is Rex Manning Day, so start and set up everything so he can do a signing, all right?
Okay.
I want this to go well.
All right.
I don't think it's going to draw. My worry right now is not going to draw, and I'm going to end up losing the record store to the big corporation record store. Here's Scott. Scott, you're on Ron and Fez. How are you, buddy?
Hey, Scott.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Hey, virtual big-ass card member number one.
Can't do that.
Does that count?
No. No, it doesn't.
I was going to ask Dave or you, Ron, what about nocturnal emissions? If he has a wet dream, does that count? We're going to hold that against him.
If that happens to him, and again, that would be an accident, but he will have to go to Earl's church with Earl on a Sunday, and then that means that you have to pray to Black Jesus that Sunday.
And I will let Earl lay his hands on me.
All right. Earl, would you be able to take him into your church, or would there be a beatdown?
No, there would not be a beatdown. All are welcome. It's a long service, but all are welcome.
Yeah. Now, do you have a Black Jesus?
No, he's actually the...
Like on Good Times when JJ painted that photo, that picture?
His name is Chris Rock. They're Black Jesus.
He's more mulatto colored than anything.
All right, so high yellow.
Yeah, kind of a high yellow.
All right, so that's...
Is that from Joseph's side?
That works for everybody.
Yeah, it's a nice blend.
My thing is, though, one drop rule. I still go with one drop rule, just like with Mariah Carey. Just even a little bit, you're black. Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, yo, in regards to Eastside,
Yeah.
fucking Harry, who? This guy's fucking a great addition.
Is that right? So you're finally out from under Harry's shadow, Earl. Dave, that's got to be thrilling for you.
It was a big shadow that I had to fill, and I'm thankful that, I guess I'm the Gehrig to Harry's Ruth,
Eastside's the man.
You know what it was? It was like when DiMaggio left the game and everybody felt like it was over. Then all of a sudden, what happens? The Mickey. Yeah, so there's always somebody new, Fez.
And Harry goes on to be Mr. Coffee.
Which is not a bad gig either. All right, a lot of people writing in for this. I guess the Clarence Carter stuff got them started, but they do want to hear the Black Girl song.
Love the Black Girl song.
Is that a possibility, Earl, or is it still a little biting for you?
I love Joe. He was so accurate, except for 2 or 3 facts.
All right, rock it then.
I was born and raised in New York City, in a housing project way up in the hood. I dressed in dark clothing, so folks started calling me Black Girl. Oh, and they used to laugh about it, cause deep down they knew they called me that, cause I was as black as soot. I've always been a lazy man, a couch potato with a clicker in my hand. See, motivation I never had. Waited in the shadows when the boss got mad. For 20 years I never got a raise. I'm 33 and I never been late. I look busy but I'm not, I'm just walking around. I pick up some papers and I put them back down. One day I'm gonna stop paying my rent. Live in a refrigerator box, never get out of bed. I'm Black Girl, a genuine lazy bum. I'll always make it through hard times at any W. Then one day some lame brains came and took O&A away. And at the age of 33, I felt like I was carrying the weight of the whole station on my shoulders. And Ron and Fez knew what I was going through. Every morning I'd unlock the door, lay down and I'd sleep a little more. Then I put away the bathroom key. Everybody was depending on me. I eat a chicken wing with lemonade. Lord, give me strength to make another day. The times I felt I couldn't go on. Push a button, throw a switch, answer the phone. Got lost in the van, I did my PSAs. 10 minutes work, gonna take me all day. I'm Black Girl, a genuine lazy bum. I'll always make it through hard times at any W. I could hear Scotzo say, Black Girl, you're a genuine lazy bum. You'll always make it through hard times at any W. Ken and Jeremy say, Black Girl, you're a genuine lazy bum. You'll always make it through.
There it is, the Black Girl song. We're loving it. Hey, John, you're on Ron and Fez. How are you?
Hey, John.
John, you're on the radio. Once, twice. Missed you, buddy. Here is Adam. Adam, you're on the Ron and Fez show. How you doing, pal?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Fezzy, I was wondering, do you know where Kamala came from?
The Ugandan giant.
Yeah, he started out on Mid-South Wrestling in the Southeast, and the story is they found him in a catfish processing plant down in the Delta in Mississippi.
Yeah, Uganda, Mississippi.
Is that it?
Yeah, his hometown.
I had no idea.
Yeah. Love the Black Girl song, by the way.
Yeah. That's Brother Joe. That's all Brother Joe.
The soundtrack of Earl's life.
Yeah, it is. All of our lives, really, when you think about it.
In 2.5 minutes, it's all wrapped up right there.
Everything, our entire career, is right there in that song. Like they always say, if you really want to do a novel, it's a major event told by a minor player. That's the way to go with it, Fez. So the backdrop of everything is happening behind fucking Garp. Garp is right there. Forrest Gump. He's making things happy, and in the background you can see like the real story.
Yeah, it's the crisis as seen through the guy who hung up the pictures.
Yeah. Here's Infection, and I don't know what it is because the fucking guys are writing crazy today. Hi, you're on Ron and Fez.
Buddy.
Hey, buddy.
So is the hot bald chick going to be at the signing today?
She's supposed to, but someone told me that she scraped her wrist last night, so I don't know what's going on.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. It's like, I got so many problems with these kids. And I try to make it a cool place to work, Fez. But I don't know. I might be done with the whole thing.
Well, eventually we got to have a concert up on the roof.
Yeah, well, we'll raise money that way. Maybe get a little sugar high. And, then finally, sugar high comes down.
Just a big plastic bucket of money.
Yeah.
That's enough to save your record store.
I'll let Eastside Dave sing after what happened with Rex Manning. I'll let him get up there and do it. Hey, Nick, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
How's it going?
Hey, buddy, what can we do for you?
Hey, I'm from Wyoming. And,
oh, nice. Well, I got my own radio show, so.
Awesome. Hey, I'm getting tired of everybody talking about Brokeback Mountain.
What's your problem with it?
Well, I went and watched it, and it wasn't that it was that awful of a show. It's just not something I want to watch as entertainment, and I'm getting tired of being told that I'm either homophobic or closed-minded just because I don't want to watch it.
For being from Wyoming, you should be happy that anybody thinks about your state at all. This should be a thrill for you. You should try to set up the Brokeback Mountain store out there.
That's got to happen during, budget meetings in Congress and stuff. They're handing out all the highway money, and they think their work's all done. They're going home for the day, and someone goes, Oh, we forgot Wyoming.
Well, the only two things that Wyoming's ever been known for is Brokeback Mountain and, like, the death of that Matthew Shepard kid, that other gay guy that got
Yes, now you're seeing how it all ties together, huh, Nick?
I think so. I think that's what it is.
All right, brother. Take
All right.
care of yourself. Thanks for the exciting call from Wyoming. Missing Link, you're on Ron and Fez.
Lanny Poffo, my friend, used to duel with Iron Mike Sharp and battle to a draw.
No, Lanny Poffo got some wins for himself.
They would have like the first match pretty often on big cards, and then you would a couple draws. I recall the Lanny Poffo a little bit better than Iron Mike Sharp, but still a job.
I will tell you this: Lanny Poffo trained Fez in the squared circle.
That's right.
And I don't think Fez would be the wrestler that he is right now without the genius, Lanny Poffo.
Yeah, I retired the Florida Ladies Championship belt.
Is that right?
Yes.
I didn't know that you retired. I thought it was stripped.
I was never stripped. I was never stripped because of lack of title defenses.
Who was the woman that you used to fight all the time? You only really had one opponent.
Yeah, my nemesis. I think it came in Feud of the Year one time in Pro Wrestling Illustrated. Molly McShane was my nemesis.
Molly McShane. She was as redheaded as Eastside Dave.
Yeah, it was like wrestling a girl Dave.
Yeah. All right. You know what? We got a guest coming up, so we will take a quick break here, Fez.
That's right. Coming up, Hamill on Trial.
Hamill on Trial is going to be by. We got this call from Mike the Teacher. Mike the Teacher says, I'm at the knitting factory. You're fucking blowing me away. Great show. And I think he's playing it there again this week, Fez?
Yeah, tonight through the 4th. That's going to be Hamill on Trial. His new CD, Songs for Parents Who Enjoy Drugs.
Songs for parents who enjoy drugs. You're going to get a kick out of them. We'll be up next. It's the Ron and Fez Show.
Ron and Fez, XM 202.
Yeah, it's the Ron and Fez Show.
In studio with us, Hamill on Trial, his new CD, Songs for Parents Who Enjoy Drugs, and Hamill's going to be appearing at the Knitting Factory tonight through the 4th.
And we're already talking about a sold-out show, right?
It's great.
You're already at that position. Now,
I'm at that position. Yeah.
A friend of ours last week, Mike the Teacher, checked you out, said you fucking tore the roof off the place. Then he sends me your website. And you know how many times like people are saying to you, oh, listen to these songs, they're great, listen to these songs, they're great, and you just give it the, yeah, thanks for sending it. Your shit blew us away. We all had a really great time
cool.
with it.
Thank you.
So you're heading out on tour after this? Are you always just performing by yourself, or you with the band?
I'm always solo, yeah.
What's the reason behind that? Why no band?
We all show up on time. We all agree on the material. We're all sober, so it's a whole new concept for me.
So some of the stuff is considered punk into folk, or you're not worried about what it's...
word? I'm not. I consider it a rock. I mean, my definition of rock and roll is provocative, you know?
Right.
You want to stir a few things up, you know? Challenge a few people. That's what I think of as rock and roll. And you don't see that as much, oddly enough, anymore. Everybody's playing by the rules. So I throw a lot of humor in there.
Right.
There's a lot of levity. We're living in times that probably need levity. You would think.
These are crazy times, of course.
They are, aren't they?
Yeah.
And it's snowing out to boot, you know?
Right.
So it's nuts.
So you think by going out doing this by yourself, you don't have to get involved in the corporate thing? You can do the songs you wanted to do?
Yeah, I mean, to some extent, despite the fact that it's very high energy, it's kind of a loud rockin' show.
Right.
I do a lot of stopping, I do a lot of starting. I'm riffing on stage. It's I'm as equally as inspired by a Bill Hicks or a Lenny Bruce or a Richard Pryor as I am by a Lou Reed or a John Lennon or those kind of guys, you know? So consequently, you know, the bass player and the drummer, when I used to stop and start, they'd be looking at me like, when's this asshole going to shut up, you know?
Right.
So now you don't have to worry about accommodating them, you know, and you make a little bit more money, quite frankly. But it's nice to be able to come up with the conception of a song in the morning,
right,
and realize that conception in a live performance in the evening. You know?
So you're going out on tour after this with
G-Love Special Sauce.
Now, what is that like for you? Because people show up to see them. You come walking out.
He's, you know, it's funny because I've opened up a lot of people, Ani DeFranco, the Pogues, the Clash. I even opened up at one time.
Right.
G-Love is a little more of a conservative frat boy audience.
Right.
I haven't toured with him in about 5 years, so I am curious, but I push it, you know? In the words of Bill Hicks, I mean, he used to have a little shtick about the Christian meets him after the show and said, hey, buddy, you know, we don't like what you said, and to which he responds, forgive me.
I worked with Hicks before years ago, and we were doing a tour of the South. One night it would be like kill. The next night people would just
hate him,
stare at him, you know. And
he was ballsy as hell, though, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. And I had opened for him, and it was kind of like my first time out, and like, you know, I had all my little fucking shit down. I was really tight with it.
So you did stand up for years prior to... Yep.
Right. But like, then I had met him before, did these shows with him.
Sweetheart?
And, great guy.
Yeah.
And he was still kind of drinking then, so
yeah.
he hadn't made the full turn, but he was a fucking wild man, but really smart, really great to hang out with. But I would see the audience, like lose, you know, on the nights that they didn't get him at all.
Yeah.
And then they would come up to me after, and they were like, "You're better. You should have been headlining the show." And I'm like, "Bro, I'm gonna go home and rewrite my whole fucking act.
Yeah.
You have no idea what you've missed.
Yeah.
By not paying attention because you saw it, man. I mean, it was really cool." And
I have video. I have hours and hours of video, but I have some, particularly the first Gulf War, where he's right in their face.
Yeah.
And I just, regardless of your political stance, you have to admire.
Right.
He has huge balls. Balls of steel.
Yeah, he did. And he would be smart about it, too, which was a lot of fun. Now, you know, speaking politically, new stuff right now out from Stars and Stripes. Is it like 74% of the troops?
Yeah, 74% of the troops want to be home from Iraq within a year.
Yeah, so they say come on home. So when you see those like little yellow ribbons now, support the troops, that means bring them home, is what the people who are supporting the troops are trying to say.
Cool.
We've changed our mind.
Good.
We say support the troops. Fuck it. Let's come on home now.
Now, the State of the Union, we heard
I'm sorry.
That's, you know, enabling the enemy there, giving them comfort.
No, we're supporting the troops no matter what they want. This time they want to come home.
It's so confusing.
Yeah. All right, why don't you do, you want to do one of the songs off the new album?
Sure, why not? We're here. So this is, a lot of this record is inspired by my son, my 4-year-old son, whose name is Detroit. And he's asked a lot of questions. This is the opening track from the record, entitled Inquiring Minds. You got a kid? I got a kid. Are you gonna tell him the things you did? Tell him the truth about your sordid youth. If he wants to know, did you do blow? Did you get high and listen to the stereo? Now, Pops, when's the first time you did a drug crime? I smoked my first J on my 11th birthday. And high school exams, how'd you stay up to read? Well, the kid across the street dealt an excellent speed. And what classes is boring is mine on today. Hey, most of the time I was tripping, so I really can't say. And Dad, let's see how truthful you are. Were you ever high behind the wheel of a car? Man, I thought I was flying a 747 when I sold that car. I think they scraped it for resin. And Dad, you courted Mom. How'd you make her your own? Well, we drink a lot of vodka. We do methadone. So when he asked me about my past and did I get high, I've been seriously thinking about my reply. I'm gonna lie, I'm gonna lie, I'm gonna lie, I'm gonna lie, I'm gonna lie. Dad, did you ever do drugs? No way. Dad, did you ever do it with any woman besides Mom? Did you ever see that Fellini movie, Satyricon? I was 13 the first time, so good I couldn't speak. They should have wrapped me in a hefty bag and drained me once a week. And Dad, what's the kinkiest that you ever got? Well, there was a mother and daughter upstate that were crazy, stupid, hot. There was this girl and her dog, but we won't get into that. There was these 3 dominatrixes in a one-room flat. Couple times in a church pew was a heavenly thing, and there was a girl named Ruth in the booth of the Burger King. Hey, my wife's eating a hole through me with her evil eye. My kids got inquiries. You know, they want an honest reply. I'm gonna lie, I'm gonna lie, I'm gonna lie, I'm gonna lie, I'm gonna lie. Dad, did you have premarital sex? Absolutely not. Now come the tough questions Daddy's gonna ask, cause all prosecutors say the hard stuff for last. Dad, did you ever steal from the store when you didn't have the bucks? Hey, from what I remember, most of the stuff just fell off of trucks. And Dad, did you ever own a gun? Well, it wasn't like I had a license for one. And Dad, did you ever steal an automobile for fun? Well, the owners wouldn't have wanted it when we got done. And Dad, I heard you bartended in a place that dealt crack. Hey, we were just making sure our clientele would come back. Well, he wants what's the truth? I look 'em in the eye. I set a good example. I'm that kind of guy. I'm gonna lie, I'm gonna lie, I'm gonna lie, I'm gonna lie, I'm gonna lie. Dad, did you ever do anything bad? Fuck no.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hamill on trial tonight through Saturday at the Knitting Factory in New York City on Leonard Street.
And the album's out there. How do people pick it up now?
Geez, they could go to my website, www.hamillontrial.com. They can go to Righteous Babe. They can go to Amazon. I think it's in FYE, those kind of places.
Right. So before you got to this point doing stuff on your own, were you in a lot of bands? Or?
I've been doing this for about 10 years.
Yeah.
But yes, I was in a lot of bands, but to a large extent, I think the energy got sort of unfocused, dissipated.
Right.
It's easier for me to do it by myself on stage, you know. The righteous anger shines through.
Well, great tune, man. And again, if you have kids, what the fuck else are you going to do? You got to lie to them.
Yeah,
You can't tell the truth.
Well, my wife maintains it was just actually inspired by a conversation. My wife maintained she was going to tell the truth.
Yeah.
I said, you got to be crazy.
Yeah. And I'm sure our parents lied to us.
Do you have kids?
Yeah.
Yeah. How many?
Two maniacs.
2 maniacs.
Yeah. I just let them roll. All right. What else you got for us here?
Well,
I know you got an Ann Coulter song. Or
let's do that. Why not? We're here.
Yeah. You're a big fan of...
No, I'm not really. No.
Oh.
I had read a book, Don't Think of an Elephant by George Lakoff, which talked about, and believe me, let me preface this by saying to all your listeners that, you know, I know that anybody that gets in a position of power, Republican or Democrat, have to lie their asses off to get there. Let's be frank. You know, they're politicians. But this book happened to deal with the Republican Party in ways that they would take negative issues and spin them to their positive advantage, and the media techniques that they would use. And I thought, well, heck, I could do this. You know, I'm infinitely under the radar. I'm not a Dixie Chicks. This ain't going to be in the cover of the Post tomorrow. Hamill disses Ann Coulter. But I thought maybe I could plant a seed in the listenership here that every time they saw Ann, they might think of this.
Okay.
And it could be my radio hit, you know. We're involved in a cultural war. The country's torn apart like never before. And try as I might, I see no end in sight. And I search my soul and I roam my heart. And when enlightened, know the place to start. Compassion, forgiveness, and communication. That would take a bigger person than me. And I'm the first to admit it, you see. So you ask me what I think, and Coulter's got a cunt that stinks. Let's engage her in debate. Let's make her deny it. Cheddar Meet the Press, announce it on Fox, and Coulter's got one stinky box. It wouldn't take much to get the country to buy it. I used to be disgusted, now I'm pissed. And I'm ashamed that it's come to this. Rush Limbaugh likes to suck pig dick, swine penis for a rush will do the trick. Everybody knows Rumsfeld forces sex with tots. God bless the First Amendment, I'd be sued for libel. George W. Bush masturbates to the Bible, and Condoleezza likes eating pussy a lot, which is alright, there's nothing wrong with that. There are some douches that'll never fail ya, lest they come up against Ann's genitalia. I'm really, really proud of that line. You take the low road, I'll take the lower road. You met your match. And I admit I get a kick out of talking about Coulter's Snatch. It's like a Sam Peckinpah movie. Y'all going to Coulter's Snatch? You take the low road, I'll take the lower road. I'll end the fight. Every time you be looking at it and you're thinking something don't smell right. Right. Right, 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 right.
Yeah, buddy.
Thank you.
Hamill on trial with Ann Coulter's Snatch.
Now, have you heard from any of the lefties are like, hey, we don't need to be doing that kind of thing, or is everybody pretty cool?
Yeah, no, you're right.
A lot of the lefties get real pussy about that kind of stuff.
You're right. I have.
Yeah.
And at the Knitting Factory, I definitely got from some, people I thought were like intelligent, but their attitude was, we're getting to Bill O'Reilly territory. When you're muckraking and you're naming names. But my attitude about that actually is, I just finished reading Hunter Thompson's Fear and Loathing on the Campaign Trail 72.
Right.
And he talks about McGovern, and he's saying he's a really nice guy, he's a really honest guy, he's a really righteous guy. Not a chance in hell this guy's going to win.
Exactly.
Until he learns to cheat and lie like the rest of these sons of bitches.
Yeah.
So my attitude is, nobody's saying this stuff. I'll say it. What the heck? I'm tired of the facts and all. My gut level feeling is I don't like these people.
You do have to respect the right for their big balls. Just the whole fact of fucking throwing it back. Yeah.
Absolutely. I watched the campaigning, and Bush came on stage like it was the Stones or something.
Right.
There was lights, and then they'd go over to Kerry. He'd be like in a church basement with folding chairs. You know? It's like, guys, get some, show Janet Jackson tits or something, you know?
When you watch the Republican National Convention, which they did in the fucking next to the whole of 9/11, and all these people from red states acting like they're crying when they don't give a shit about New York City.
Onions, all onions. Too bad we couldn't smell. We'd see all those onions. John Waters, smell-o-vision.
It is bizarre, though. So I don't even see now, with all the shit that the right is doing, that the left can spin anything back. Like, this should be a field day for them.
You would think.
Yeah.
We need a charismatic white Southern guy,
right?
That's getting blown by interns or something. We need him.
Oh, yeah.
Back to those family values.
Yeah. All right, you want to do one more for you? So
sure.
You go.
Well, values. He said values. How about a segue?
All right, there it is. There's segue works.
So this is kids in politics. My son is more than one. He's more than two. He's less than three. He tries to talk to me about this, about that, about his coat, about his hat, about birds, about the weather. And he's putting words together, and he's forming little phrases. He's got little verbal phases, and he's challenging me. He's got his own personality. When I tell him, little boys got to pick up their toys, well, what he then said exploded my head. He said, Dad, let me get this straight. The President of the United States, from everything I heard, is arguably the most powerful position in the world. You could have knocked me over with a feather. Listen to him putting those words together. That's pretty advanced noise. All I want him to do is pick up his toys. He said, we're over in Iraq, and there's no sign of turning back. Now, aren't these people dying on both sides, pain and crying? Woo, well, that's a lot for a child of 3. But I answered him, yes, honestly. And he said, Dad, am I out of my mind? But the weapons of mass destruction they did not find? I said, no, son, no. WMD was a no-show. And he said, Dad, they proved that Iraq had nothing to do with the 9/11 attack. I said, I can't argue with you, because everything that you say is true. And then from the mouth of the littlest of boys, he said, Dad, I ain't picking up my fucking toys. I said, fine, fuck it. Doesn't take a lot of brains to see in this new world chaos reigns. If you can't make sense no more, take off your diaper. Take a shit on the floor. Values, values, values. Gotta love satellite radio, you know what I mean? I said, we're getting in a sweat. What do you say we study the alphabet? He said, Dad, we've been over this before. But what do you say we go over it one time more? He said, Dad, you ain't no fool. Is there some kind of presidential school, some kind of test or exam to show that you're the qualified man? I mean, from everything I hear, let me see if I'm clear. People are voting him in because they want to socialize with him and a beer. Well, that's no qualification for a man to be leading the nation. What if you saw a guy from the bar emerging? Would you say, he'd make a fuck of a surgeon? He's a nice guy, although no education. I'm gonna let him do my wife's brain operation. Dad, I'm gonna hold off on class. You can stick the alphabet up your ass. Values, values, values. So we're down at the playground, running around safe and sound. The kids are on the slides and the swings having fun falling down. They're only 3 or 2, and they fight over toys as little kids do. When I tell my son he's got to share, when he comes up with this, all I can do is stare. He said, I'm an isolationist, Dad. That kid made me really fucking mad. I don't need him or NATO. God chose me. It's fate. Oh, values are tough to teach a child. When the president has gone completely wild, I put my kid in his room. I lock the door. I tell my wife I can't take it no more. Values, values, values.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Hamel on Trial, the new CD is Songs for Parents Who Enjoy Drugs. You can get that on HamelOnTrial.com. And Hamel on Trial appearing tonight through Saturday, Knitting Factory, Leonard Street, New York City.
And out on tour with G-Love. So thanks for coming in, buddy.
Thank you so much. Thanks so much for the support. Good luck to you guys.
Appreciate it. We'll be right back. Ron and Fez Show.
Ron Bennington, Fez Whatley, The Ron and Fez Show.
XM 202.
Swank. It's for the girls who want to smell like boys. Swank. Swank. Swank perfume.
The perfume that makes you smell like you've been sparring with Clint Eastwood. Swank. 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 Swank.
Want to make your husband cry? Again? Smell more manly than he does. With Swank. Swank. Swank.
Most people would have to go days without bathing to smell like Hillary Swank. Now you can in moments with Swank. 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 Swank.
Even if you don't have a dick and balls, you can smell like you do with Swank. 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 Swank.
From the next Karate Kid to Boys Don't Cry to $1 Million Baby, Hillary Swank has been sweating up the movies for years. Swank. 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 Swank.
It's Swank. Swank. You can smell like America's leading she-male with Hillary Swank's new perfume, Swank. 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 Swank.
Let Swank accent your wardrobe. From Oscar gowns and jewelry to jeans and a strap-on. Swank is the perfect scent.
Swank. 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 Chad Lowe said it hurt his pussy. It's Swank. Ah, Swank.
Swank. Morgan Freeman says, that swank is some stank. Swank.
Swank. Swank. Skank tank. Swank. Swank. Smell like you've been pissing standing up. Swank. Swank.
Good for your girl parts and your boy parts. Swank.
It's the fragrance that smells just like Hillary Swank's large balls. It's Swank. Swank. Swank stank.
Dripping into stores everywhere.
Swank. Swank, the skank who stank. Swank. 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 Yeah, buddies. Ron and Fez Show. Coming up doing a party for April Fool's Day. April 1. Is it all locked in, Earl?
It is locked in.
All right, bro.
Going to be hanging out with the folks from RonFez.net at McFadden's. That's at 800 2nd Avenue between 42nd and 43rd Street in Manhattan. You get a wristband there for $25. That entitles you to an open bar from 9 to 12.
Everybody's invited April 1st in New York. The Ron and Fez Show hanging out for April Fool's Day.
Nick Lachey, he's obviously moving on after splitting up from Jessica Simpson.
It's definitely done. There's no talking about getting back together. It's all over.
I don't think there's any turning back, Ronnie.
Yeah.
I think they both moved on in separate directions. Nick Lachey has a big interview coming out in Teen People. His first interview, somehow Teen People was the first to capture Nick Lachey.
He should say this, I'm really a lot older than you kids.
And now he's just signed to do a fitness infomercial.
All right, so he's landing on his feet.
So who needs Jessica Simpson when you got that infomercial money coming in?
Yeah. The infomercials, I think they start even earlier now. on cable than they used to. I think just around midnight they start to come on now, right until like 10 in the morning.
Yeah, on your TV guide thing, it'll say paid programming, but we all know what it is. It's the infomercial.
So basically, you buy that and you're on your way. You got a favorite late night infomercial person?
My favorite was always Tony Robbins.
Tony Robbins, the king. The king, because you come home late, you're drunk, you're broke, you got nothing happening, and he's going to turn everything around. Not just help you lose weight, but or make money, but both of them together. And find out, and he's always at a glamorous location. You know what I mean? Like he's in Hawaii or something, because things are going so well for me, you just happen to catch me in Hawaii.
He's got his crap together so much that he can be at those exotic locations.
No, I don't think he ever made a second thing. He's still selling the first thing that he did, which was almost 20 years ago.
Yeah, personal power.
Yes, you can't follow it up. It's like seeing John Travolta on TV talking about Saturday Night Fever still. You got to keep making new products.
Yeah, it was always cool to see in the middle of the night a giant talking about Awake the Giant Within.
That was his book.
Yeah. So, and just trying to get people on the right track.
Who else do you like?
Smiling.
Who else do you like, Fezzy?
Of course, Ron Popeil.
Ron Popeil, now, he really he got his start in like the 30-second spots where he would sell you real quick pocket fisherman, but now he does the long infomercials.
Yeah, one of my favorites he's doing, Showtime Rotisserie Grill. Set it and forget it. And this thing just makes chicken look even more delicious than it already is. I will watch that damn chicken rotisserie go round and round, that infomercial, all night long.
Doug, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's up, boys?
Hey, buddy.
Don Lepre, the tiny classified ads guy.
All you need to do is take out tiny classified ads in small newspapers around the country, and he's always talking like this.
And he didn't look old enough to be in any soda. He didn't look old enough to have a paper route.
That's the beauty of it, Fez. Age doesn't matter. You can pick up tiny little ads in newspapers all around the country.
He would also run the Hawaii gimmick, too.
Yeah, he was in Hawaii.
It was so exciting because he's always on the beach with like a camera guy spinning around him, and then they would show like really old fat couples that are now retired in mansions.
But he's never even moved on to the internet. It's still tiny classified ads, and there's something like if you're under 30. You've never looked at a classified ad in your life. There's no reason to wait for the Sunday Shopper to come out. It's all really being done for people who haven't gotten used to the internet yet.
He was in jail for like 6 years. I think he missed the internet boom.
What are you going to do? Now, the deal with Tony Robbins that you brought up earlier, he used to have Fran Tarkington on with him.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Fran Tarkington used to make the scene until he ran into some kind of trouble. And LeVar Burton, I would always like he would have these low-level stars that would just be loving on, and you had the feeling that there was almost a Scientology thing going down there.
Yeah, personal power was changing lives. Even Fran Tarkington's.
Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron and Fez, how you doing? Hey, how about those little midget brothers that sold real estate?
They're so tiny. They're down in Miami. I think one of them dead.
Did one die?
I think one of them committed suicide or something crazy. I forget what it was.
The Rice brothers.
Yeah, is that who they were?
Yeah, I think John and Greg Rice.
No. So tiny, able to move real estate, loving life, and then they would have big blondes with them. Hey, Anthony, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, buddies?
Yeah, buddy.
492 here.
Yeah.
Yeah, how about Tony Little?
Tony Little sells that thing that you can't even figure out how it works.
The Gazelle.
You're running in the air. You're making things happen up there.
Yeah, he did.
He always used to show that big fat picture after he got in his accident.
Right.
He showed it every infomercial he ever did.
Yeah, he grew up about 5 miles from where Fez did, and he was known as like a guy that was going for Mr. America. Then he got fat, and then he started getting involved in the infomercial game and started doing well for himself.
His kids went to the school where my sister taught, the little children. Little was just their last name, because these were a couple little fat F's waddling into that school.
Here is, well, they're not old enough to be able to get up on that fucking air runner that he has.
I remember he used to do the thing called the ab isolator?
Yeah, to isolate your abs.
And like a dope, I bought one.
because you need it. He's so happy.
Yeah, you're just so, like, I don't know what it is about that time of the day. You're just so vulnerable.
Right. Because you're depressed, you're a little still buzzed, you don't have a chick with you, you're feeling fat, you might as well turn, and then here's somebody on TV who's ready to turn your life around for you, to help you get up off that fucking couch. Of course you're going to make the call.
You're looking for answers in the middle of the night. Thank God the infomercials have them.
Hey, Dave, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, buddy, that Don Dupree dude, man, he's all over the internet.
Is he now?
Oh, dude, I just watched him on the TV last night. He's telling people to buy CDs that are held up in escrow. And, oh, dude, it was whacked.
All right, thanks a lot. So, yeah, they're always trying to, who are the people that tell you that this house sold for $450? Have you ever seen them? Somebody bought this house for $1,100, and you see like a $340,000 house there.
Yeah, you'll see someone on there giving a testimonial. I was $20,000 in debt and bought this house with no money.
Hey, Terry, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, do you guys remember, I think his name was Nigel. He was a little Englishman that was, like, all coked up, and he had his little bow tie. He used to sell, like wax or something that he'd use on a car or a boat or anything. I don't even know. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it was Nigel, though.
No, I don't even know him. Do you, Fez?
No, I don't remember Nigel.
Yeah.
He used to run around. He'd jump up and down and start yelling and stuff. It was kind of, he was, I don't know, he was on something.
Now, are they all still on there, though, Fez? Have we lost any? Oh, I know one who you don't see anymore, Susan Powder.
Oh,
she took her infomercial into a talk show, into books. She became like this really big star for a while.
Yeah, she was Stop the Insanity.
Right.
Yeah, with her spiky blonde, real short hairdo.
Yeah. She had a kind of post-apocalyptic look about her. Everything, it was going to be the future. It was a very 80s look that we had for a while. The tough girl.
I know one that we lost was Amazing Mike. He did Amazing Discoveries, which was some car wax, tooth whiteners, that sort of stuff.
Hey, Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ronnie, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah.
Hey, man, you remember Gary Spivey with a very young and very ladylike Fez Whatley?
Yeah, Fez Whatley was in an infomercial with Gary Spivey, the psychic. Did that get much of a run, Fez?
Yeah, that got a real nice run.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was me, Gary Spivey, and hosted by Downtown Julie Brown.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Now, I remember I went over and watched you shoot some, and they wanted us to be on, and we're like, no, not going to do it.
Well, it was just awful.
Yeah.
They wanted Ron and Ron on there, and
How much did you get paid for that?
I got paid $1,000, and Spivey gave me a couch, an old couch that he had, because I needed furniture at that point in my life.
Well, let's just hope Kathleen from the Bronx is enjoying it.
Yeah, that's the same couch, Kathleen. I hope you like it.
Yeah. By the way, it was hot. It was a stolen couch.
So it turns out the opening shot is Spivey on stage doing one of his psychic shows at Church Street Station in Orlando, Florida.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting at the bar.
Going crazy, right?
Yeah, just going nuts for Gary Spivey. And I didn't even notice that Downtown Julie Brown was sitting right next to me. And as I'm sitting there enjoying the show, having a cocktail, Downtown Julie Brown looks at me and says, "Isn't he just amazing?" And I stop and I look and I do this big, giant, bug-eyed look and I go, "You're Downtown Julie Brown." And that's how the whole infomercial kicks off. I got to get a copy of that.
So I went over to watch Fez shoot this, and then Rocky Dennison is there from that fucking, what was that movie? Mask? Rocky Dennison there. And I'm going, there's Rocky Dennison. And they go, no, that's Downtown Julie Brown. So it looks a little better on TV.
Yeah, because we started shooting early, and I saw her in the makeup trailer ahead of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, not real nice.
Now, see, this is behind the scenes you're getting with infomercials.
Behind the infomercial.
Ivy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, I just wanted to tell you guys that Susan Powder got in trouble for advocating not giving your kids their shots, like when they're babies and stuff, because she said it was like bad for him and they could get autistic and all this stuff. And a bunch of parents followed her and their kids wound up getting like really bad diseases. So that's why she kind of disappeared off the radar.
She actually took a powder.
Yes, exactly.
So what exactly happened? She
was advocating not immunizing your children. And
why? How could she make a buck off of that?
That's probably when she jumped the shark.
She's the insanity that had to be stopped.
Here's John. John, you're on Ron and Fez.
I think that the infomercials, they're all subliminal messages behind it, because I can't take my eyes off of that guy with the rotisserie chicken. And
Me
every
neither.
time I watch the commercial, I get a hard-on. I feel like humping my dog.
Well, go ahead and do it, because, first of all, it's not subliminal when the person's screaming at you that this chicken is going to turn your life around. You'll be able to deal with it.
I don't even cook, and I love that commercial.
Hey, Luke, you're on Ron and Fez. How you doing, bud?
Hey, Ron and Fez.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, I think my favorite one's that guy that does the Miracle Blade, that fat guy with the beard.
Anything that has a sharp knife, I find myself interested in. Any knife that can cut through a can or a barbell, I'm thinking I need at my house.
I'm a sucker for cookware. I love watching a nonstick egg come right out of a pan.
But you don't cook.
But I don't cook.
Yeah.
But I will watch it, and I'll start to think to myself, middle of the night, if I had these pots and pans, I would start cooking.
Downtown Julia Brown, what are you doing here? Learning all about psychic things. That's amazing, Gary. You've done it again.
Great job, Gare.
John Edwards, I think the psychic is coming in here soon, right, Earl?
Next week.
Yeah.
End of next week.
End of next week. Do you foresee it? I foresee him canceling. I foresee him not showing up.
We'll see who's the better psychic, Ron or Earl.
Here's our buddy Hagar. Hagar, how you doing, pal?
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
Hey, guys, I don't know the name of this weirdo, but he wears a suit that has question marks all over it. He screams at the top of his lungs, and he tells you all these different ways to back end the government and get money back. But he's just he's a wacko. He's
Matthew Lesko.
That's Matthew Lesko, who's been doing that gimmick for a lot of years. Now, he's always, when we were living in D.C., he's always seen around town, and he's always wearing the suit. If he goes out for lunch, he has that fucking suit on. And people come to him, and they ask for autographs. Just because he does an infomercial. Would that make you a celebrity, Fez?
I don't think that makes you a celebrity.
You're celebrated.
Gee, I
mean, if you're on a reality show, are you a celebrity?
I think you're more of a celebrity on a reality show than an infomercial.
But they're both fake.
Yeah, but it's like, is anyone from a commercial, unless it's already an established celebrity, a celebrity?
Yes.
To me, it's just a commercial actor.
I think you can become a commercial actor celebrity. I think it's happened before. I think you would have to say that Clara Peller, Where's the Beef, was a celebrity after that run. Let me check with Earl on this. Because let's not act like we're calling him an artist. You're just a celebrity, which just basically means people know you, want to have their picture taken with you. What do you think, Earl?
Yeah, I think you're a celebrity of an odd way.
Right.
Tony Robbins, he's not an actor. He's not a...
But people
know him.
Let me tell you this. If he comes to town, 2,000 people will spend $200 and even more to go see him. They spend more money to go see Tony Robbins than they will for The Who. And he runs these kind of things of, come spend a week with me for $3,000. We're all in Hawaii, and I'll get you to fucking walk across hot coals. And then he charges people $2-3 grand.
And then you're buying books and tapes on the way out.
Yeah. Justin says he's got an update on Susan Powder. How you doing, Justin? Once, twice? Seems to be having trouble with that line 6 today. Elmer, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddy. What's going on? One of my really good friends actually works for Home Shopping Network, and he actually deals with a lot of these people on a very regular basis. Some of the interesting things is, Suzanne Summers, he said that she likes to drink a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
He said Tony Robbins is a pretty nice guy along with Esteban, but he said one of the biggest assholes you'll ever meet is Bodies by Jake.
Oh, I could see that. I could see him not being a good guy.
Supposedly the world's first celebrity trainer.
Well, I don't see that, Fez. What happened to the guy that used to be on years ago? that used to always pull shit from his teeth.
Oh, Jack LaLanne?
Jack LaLanne was around, what, fucking 40 years before Body by Jake. Home shopping seemed like they've been left in the dust now, huh? They've turned into the number 2 network.
Yeah, all you hear about is QVC.
QVC seems to be the big daddy. All right, see you later. Now, down in Florida, home shopping, when it started, those guys made billions off of it. We ended up working for him at one time. Bud Paxton, who now has Pax TV. He was like the number 2 man in that. He cashed out with a fucking fortune over selling that stupid shit. They used to do home shopping on radio first. That's exactly the way it started, on radio. Then they moved it over to those access channels on cable. And then they got hooked up with a satellite, and off they ran. Hey, Roy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys, great show.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Oh, wonderful.
I was just telling that to Hamill on trial.
Best infomercial out there right now, the Magic Bullet Blender.
Any kind of blender is exciting, too, Fez. Any kind of a juicer or blender. The problem is, I had the juice, man. You end up having to fucking clean that thing. And it's really difficult.
Oh, a lot of pulp getting everywhere.
It's just tons. Literally a pound and a half of pulp will be in there.
Now, that's something that they always advertise on these things, too. Cleanup is a snap.
It's never a snap. But here's the weird thing. When you get a juice, man, for the first 2 days, you act like it's delicious. This is great juice. I can't even taste the carrot. It's fantastic. And you feel like you're turning your life around because you're drinking a fucking juice. It's so embarrassing. What do you get to do with the Magic Bullet Blender?
It makes everything. The commercial's great because basically it's almost like there's a story to it.
Is there like 2 couples that are sitting there?
There's a couple. Apparently, these are the only adults in the world that still have sleepovers. But it's like it's this man and his wife. It's this Australian dude.
I know. I've seen this one. It's fantastic.
And
Yeah.
They have these awful characters. Like when they get to making the frozen drinks.
Right.
There's this guy that comes in and his name is Bourbon. And he comes in and he's all hungover and he's like, "Hey guys,
hi Bourbon."
And then they fix him a margarita.
Yeah, which is so easy with the Magic Bullet Blender.
Of course.
Yeah, I do. I like any kind of little story like that too. Or sometimes I don't mind if there's an audience screaming like they can't believe it, they're going nuts, and they'll be like doing this. Don't you just hate stains on your pants? Yeah, we can get rid of that. Yay! People are just fucking going crazy. Now, do those guys get paid if you're in the audience?
I would think they would have to.
Ryan, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, I got a favorite infomercial, but I just wanted to let you know you got to bring back Billy Staples for John Edwards to do a little reading.
I would love to bring Billy back in because Billy was the first guest ever for John Edwards for that TV show that he had that time.
Hysterical stuff, too.
Yeah.
Hey, you ever see the guy, he's got to do his infomercials, from remote places because he's not allowed to do them in America? Gary Trudeau, I think is his name.
Gary Trudeau?
From Dewberry?
Yeah.
Maybe that's not his name. He's wanted by the feds for some kind of scam that he ran with infomercial. But he's got this book where it's like natural cures.
Oh, I have seen that guy where he's up against the pharmaceutical company.
Yeah, the FDA. Is what he's up against. They're suing him. But every time he does an infomercial, it's got to be from fucking Norway or something because he's banned from doing them in America. So guy's a little crazy.
He's got to keep moving around all the time. Yeah, I've seen him before, and I don't know how he gets away with it, but he's basically going with a whole new style of medicine for people. Here's our buddy, Bobo. How you doing, Bobo?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
I was thinking the thing about celebrity and doing commercials, there was an actor, Jack Gilford, and I guess he did okay as an actor, and then he did Cracker Jack commercials. And he didn't talk, and he didn't, even change his facial expression, and he became, so much more famous.
As the Cracker Jack guy.
Yeah, he was gigantic. Cracker Jacks, are they even still around?
I think so.
Cracker Jacks always look like grandparents' candy, and the weird thing about it was, it's like they didn't even try to update their look. It just looked like it should have been at the old Steel Pier all the time down in Atlantic City.
Yeah, you could still get them at games and everything.
Well, they tried to replace them at Yankee Stadium with Crunch and Munch.
Oh, my God.
And fucking people went crazy because no one ever wanted to hear, give me some peanuts and crunch and munch. It just didn't fit you.
You can get a big industrial bag for $5
by giving you a toy.
Yeah, but do they still have the box, the old cardboard box?
No, it's like this recyclable plastic or something.
Don't talk over each other.
Like a bag of chips or something.
Right.
Yeah, it's in a plastic bag now.
See, I can't go for that. I got to have the box.
Yeah, you can.
Even though I don't even want it. All right, thanks, Bobo.
Okay, love you guys.
See you later, pal.
Your hand would be so sticky by the time you got down to the bottom of that box.
Tom, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah. You ever see that one with the Australian women for the natural hair remover called Nads?
I've seen that. It's like some sort of honey or something that you spread on yourself and then you rip the hair out.
Yeah, and they constantly wiping this stuff all over themselves.
And it's just women throughout this entire infomercial, half hour, whatever it is, saying, I've got to get Nads.
Yeah,
I need Nads.
The Nads feel so great and all this other stuff. That was pretty good.
Don't any of these people realize before they name their product? Here's Teabagger. You're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to fuck Susan Powder, by the way, but my favorite was always Miss Cleo.
Miss Cleo was big for a while, and then she was caught up in some kind of crazy scandal, right?
Yeah, she got caught in a scam, and they were, asking for proof of her psychic abilities or something. And people...
Yeah, didn't they sue her ass?
Now, hold on, Earl thinks he knows about it.
And I think they found out she wasn't even Jamaican or whatever the accent was.
Right. You're not voodoo. You're a fucking Baptist from Queens. Stop it.
She did the whole "call me now," and then like, "Oh, I'm sorry. This is just a gig I'm doing."
I don't know why. I just wanted to make money. Just a carny trick. Why get mad at me?
Yeah, and the Dionne Warwick Psychic Friends Network shut down too.
That one's over too?
Yeah.
What happened there?
I don't know, but she's not on TV. I think when the heat was on Cleo, they started breathing down her neck, and she got out of the biz.
No, she never was the psychic, though.
No, but it was her, Dionne Warwick Psychic Friends.
So she was just friends with a lot of psychics.
And decided to put together a network.
Here's, let me go here first. Hi, you're on the Ron and Fez show. Lost you. Let's, what is it with that line today? I'm not even able to pull it off. Oh, I see. He's got it in the other room. Hey, BK, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, hey, how you go? How you doing?
Hey, buddy.
That big fat guy who wears the floppy chef's hat is just the biggest dude.
I don't know him. Do you know him, Fez?
Is that Chef Tony?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
He's got like knives and a miracle chopper or something like that.
Yeah, he's just absolutely painful, and I wind up watching him for half an hour and wind up just getting pissed off and want to throw something on my TV every time I see him. So,
all right, thanks, brother.
All right, thanks.
Order the knives.
Yeah.
That's the only way that you're able to combat them. That's the only thing you'll be able to do for yourself.
That's how you break the spell.
Hey, Greg. Greg, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, boys. Good afternoon. BAC 74571. Hooah! I've got 3 magic bullet blenders as a result of my wife watching that commercial.
Loves now.
And you know what? It's a difference. If you buy the regular one from TB, it doesn't come with the juice blender part.
Right.
Now the ones that we ordered come with the blenders, so I'm out $300 with 3 machines just sitting in my bathroom.
You don't like them at all?
They're all right, but you get 3 of them. What am I going to do with 3 of them?
I guess have a party.
Oh,
at that point, you could open a bar. Here is Tony. Tony, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
How about the Floby boys? I can save hundreds of dollars on haircuts a year.
Yeah, that was something when the self-haircutting craze was big, and that was a vacuum cleaner to pull your hair out.
Oh, my dad was caught up in that self-haircutting craze. He used to line his boys up in the backyard, and we would all get just the worst haircuts ever.
What did he have, Floby?
He didn't have the Floby. He had, like, this roundish plastic thing with, like, 2 different sized blades on either side of it, and you would comb it through your hair and cut it that way. And then whatever he messed up...
Oh, yeah. It was like a razor comb, right?
Yeah.
So as you combed it, it slit into your hair and was supposed to thin it.
Yeah, and it was and he would be done with us, and it would be so uneven. Then he would break out the comb and scissors and try to fix the mistakes he's already made with whatever this plastic thing was.
Yeah, I mean, if a barber's not using it, why would it work for you at home? It looks like something you would use to fucking help with your dog when he's shedding.
I got caught up in one of those self-hair gimmicks. What's the name? Jervis from The First Survivor. He was shilling this thing. It looked like a ring blade that you put on your hand.
Yeah.
And you would just put it on your hand and scrape it like this. Scrape it almost like a comb action.
Right.
I bought one. It is the cheapest. I just felt so...
You thought it was better than a razor blade to have
It does have razor blades attached to it, but what they don't tell you is it only has 2 blades attached to it, and everyone now uses at least 3.
So it was basically you rub your hand with a ring blade instead of just shaving it normal.
Yeah, it was like almost in the action of combing your hair back. And it was. I just got completely caught up in this really bad gimmick. He was like, and it was freaking Jervis from Survivor.
A celebrity, Fez. I claim Jervis is a celebrity. Hey, Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, how about that spray-on hair for bald people?
Now, the spray-on hair, I think they got that from, like, TV or movies, because it can work there because your eye doesn't see everything. But in real life, you would know if your friend had sprayed on his bald spot.
Yeah, you would see, it's like if I was sitting across from somebody and we saw Earl with a big spray painted thing on his head, you would see paint.
Now, I think you might be able to get away with it if you were, like, posing for a photograph. But in real life, it's never going to work for you. You either got to shave down or embrace your baldness. You get to go either way, because none of the other stuff works. Here's Dan. Dan, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Yeah, buddy.
Hey, y'all seen the one with the big fat guy on the little giant ladder? He climbs up on it and starts shaking around.
I haven't seen that, Fez. You?
I know. I got to check this out, though.
That one's hilarious. It's all the time. The guy weighs like 500 pounds. He climbs up this big ladder and shakes.
That's a bizarre one. Here is Steven. Steven, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, about 4 o'clock in the morning the other day, they had some herbal medicine half-hour show supposed to promote healthy bowel movements. And they talked for half an hour about giving you bigger shits to get the stuff out of your system, I guess.
Radio gets caught up in that kind of stuff, too, all the time. Earl, what is that they're saying John Wayne had 5 pounds of undigested meat or something in his bowels?
Yeah, it was either John Wayne or Elvis.
Right.
They always, towards the last end of my days at NEW, I used to have to do overnight shifts.
Right.
And that's all that ran were infomercials. It was for, healthy bowel movements, dick creams, all that stuff.
They would always run them on the weekends, too. They were constantly on the weekends. And they would fake the fact that they were a radio show, and they were taking calls. Like, with who?
The best part was like, we'll be right back.
Yes.
Okay, we're back. It would be like 2 seconds, and they're like, okay, we're back. I mean, these things were awful.
You are the commercial.
Right. We'll be right back from ourselves. Greg, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how about some of these guys doing crossovers now for the, I think it's Geico, like Esteban and...
yeah, what is the whole story with Esteban?
I don't know, but he's one of those guys. You'll watch it for 45 minutes, and you want that time back.
I would love to see what he does, because I saw him on the Geico. He's amazing. He reminds me of Ogre. He's got a whole Ogre thing like our buddy Ogre.
He does. He sounds just like him. Tony Little does one of those Geico crossovers, too.
Hey, Justin, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's up, buddies?
Hey, buddy.
You guys remember way back in the day a stain remover called HP 9000?
No, I don't remember it.
They had a little British guy that looked like the scientist from The Simpsons. I got that stuff in the mail and proceeded to put an entire quart of motor oil on my mother's brand new fucking couch, and it didn't take it out. I got my ass handed to me.
I bet you did. That's no kind of experiment. Hey, Pat, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, buddies.
Hey, my buddy.
I miss Sissy Lala Fez.
Me too. He's changed so much. You're so butch now.
Hey, you remember Blue Blockers?
Blue Blockers were one of the originals, and that would be like a Venice Beach thing, right?
Yeah, they had that black guy that rapped, "Que pasa, amigos, senoritas,
yeah.
Blue Blockers, muy bonitas."
And then it was something with your Blue Blockers. He had some rhyme going. And who wants blue sunglasses? It would be really embarrassing to wear around.
Yeah,
the elderly.
Little did we know that it was the harmful blue rays of the sun that would destroy our eyes.
See you later, buddies.
See you later, bro. But it's a way West Coast thing, blue blockers. You never see people on the East Coast rocking blue blockers at all. So I don't know whether the sunlight's different on the West Coast from the East. Hey, Glenn, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Hey, buddy.
Home rate painting system, where you suck the paint into the roller and it automatically expelled it.
Oh, yeah, no drips.
Roller, dripped everywhere. My friend got ripped off on that one.
Now, it says in the infomercial there's no dripping.
Oh,
it doesn't on the infomercial. You must be doing something wrong.
Yeah, that's
It
right.
works perfectly there.
I bought some sort of hook system where you could take plastic hooks. If you're going to hang stuff on your walls, you got this, hot glue gun. It heated up these plastic hooks, the adhesive on the back, and then you stuck them on the wall, and they'd last forever.
Right.
And you could hang anything you wanted on them. So I got the thing, started hanging up stuff. Middle of that night, I'm asleep. I'm hearing things fall off the walls left and right, and all I had was big glue stains, big glue circles, where every one of my miracle hooks were.
And you thought miracle hooks would make your life easier?
Yeah, that I didn't have to drill holes in the wall.
You got any more of those miracle hooks?
Yeah, I do.
Why don't you do this? Go home with one of them, glue it up on the wall, take a rope, tie it around your neck, put it on the hook, and fucking choke yourself, you rube. Because your life is just, you're walking down the midway like a rube.
That would be the one time it worked.
Mark Mizark is ready to fucking call you. We'll take a break. We're right back, Ron and Fez Show.
Ron and Fez. XM 202.
Fez. You doing because of the haircut thing? You're doing Devil's Haircut? Is that it, Earl? It's like a theme thing you're running over there?
No, this is New Pollution.
Oh. I get them all fucking confused.
Me too.
All right, Ron and Fez Show.
Tommy Lasorda, he's comparing Eric Gagne's 84-game save streak with Joe DiMaggio's 56-game hitting streak. Lasorda is saying, I may be out of line by saying this. I've got to compare it with DiMaggio's hitting streak.
Doesn't compare for me. What do you think, Earl? The hitting streak is still the fucking best thing that we got out there.
Yeah, because you're under pressure when you hit like 25 or 30.
Right.
And they cut especially now where ESPN, they cut to when you're up to the plate, when you're on the on-deck circle. It's just such a pressure cooker.
All right, what about this kid from Philadelphia? He ended up with 30 last year? Something like that.
Right.
And now he's picking it back up coming into the new season.
Jimmy Rollins.
Is that the same thing for you, Earl? Do you feel like, no, you've got to do it in a row, you don't get to take the break off?
I think.
Or is it still the same deal?
I say you got to do it 56 straight games.
Yeah,
and
it still would be impressive if he could pull it off. But I think he's not that far away from the National League title, which is like 41 games or something.
Rose is 44.
44, he went that far?
Yeah, and he went 44, and it reached a point where every game became a national game when he was playing.
And that was before you had the entire ESPN thing and Fox Sports, and you know what I mean? You didn't even have as big of a media campaign as you have nowadays.
Yeah, I remember NBC, I think it was NBC or ABC, they would cut away from regular programming.
Right.
To when he got up to the plate, and he was still 12 games off.
Yeah. But that's what we're saying. I mean, at that point, DiMaggio didn't have that kind of pressure. The pressure on Rose was way bigger than on DiMaggio. And luckily for Rose, he had gambling to take his mind off of it, so it didn't even bother him slightly.
I guess you need a distraction. The Pittsburgh Steelers, they got evacuated from a movie theater where they were screening their new Super Bowl victory DVD. Someone called in a bomb threat, and all the Steelers had to leave.
Somebody from Seattle?
Gotta be. This is someone who's not Matt Hasselbeck, and there is a bomb in the building?
Well, nothing happened, right?
No bomb was found.
Pretty sure the terrorists aren't after the Steelers. Tony Bagel. Tony, you're on the Ron and Fez show. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Tony.
Hey, I miss the Amazing Race, Fez.
Me too. He was voted off first week.
I believe it'd be harder for Jimmy Rollins to do it in two different seasons because he was hot, and now with the downtime, who knows? He's still in the zone and all.
He says he's going to go for it. No matter what happens, he goes, I'm fucking coming out of this. Gunning. You won't see me walking. I'm fucking swinging at every third pitch out there that I have to. Every third strike, I'm going to be fucking whiffing it. I still think it would be an amazing feat if the guy could pull it off. But Earl's right. You don't even have to look at this for another 10 games. But they will. If the kid goes 3 games in, it's going to be a fucking media circus. Even though it's really not the same thing as doing it all in one season, it's still a hell of an accomplishment.
Either way, it's a great record.
I do think the best in sports. I think the best one in sports that there is.
I agree. It's a lot harder than the Fez record.
Yeah, I'm not overly impressed, Stephen, with the...
You don't think 400's harder?
Well, 400 isn't a record. 400 is just a place to get.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
None.
But out of all the records that are still out there that can be achieved, because you really could get DiMaggio's record. I mean, it is achievable. I just don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to go down. Here's Paul. Paul, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
I miss Transit Strike Earl.
Yeah, he's best. Cold-footed.
I want to talk about Jimmy Rollins. I don't want him to get the record because if he did, we'll have to deal with J-Ro having the greatest record of all time in baseball.
Are they starting to call him J-Ro?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have time for that either.
Not good.
Yeah, I don't want it at all. And Earl, you're against it because he's not a Yankee. And Earl believes that every record should belong to a Yankee.
And DiMaggio's just such an icon. But that's his one big calling card, the 56 game.
Right. But you know what? You think any kid out there knows who DiMaggio is? You might as well bring up Cy Young to him. He has no idea who DiMaggio is. So if it gets close, they'll go after it. Like, I forget who Rose beat out in the National League, but the guy hadn't been heard of in like 35 years. And then they start bringing him out to the ballparks, and he's waving and having a hell of a time. Hey, Joe, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, how you doing there, buddy?
Yeah.
Just want to know what's more impressive, the Goldberg undefeated streak or the Rollins hit streak?
First of all, the Goldberg streak was a lie because I saw that Chicago Bear break that streak on him, and then they acted like it never happened.
Yeah, Mongo
McMichael hit him in the head with a pole, and then they acted like it never happened early on after he stole Mongo McMichael's Super Bowl ring. You don't see Mongo around much anymore, do you?
No, don't see Mongo. Goldberg's going to be on that Jocks versus Joe show.
So is the other guy that was from wrestling that was a linebacker. The guy who played with Carolina Panthers.
Oh, Kevin Green.
Kevin Green is going to be in. I saw him taking somebody out.
He thought he was going to be Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
He thought he was Hulk Hogan.
Corey, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, I just wanted to see what you guys thought about Cy Young's 500 and something victories pitching.
You know, here's the thing. That's not a modern record. You know what I mean? Like, that's not considered by anybody a modern record. And I don't even know if you would consider 400 a modern thing anymore. I think it's kind of almost thought of as a different game at the time.
Yeah, 300's still like... 300's a benchmark.
Right.
And just a model of consistency, and that's hard.
Right. But I've seen a couple of guys take a run at 400. Lenny Dykstra went like half a season at 390, and everybody was going fucking crazy there for a while, but not going to happen. Not going to happen. Here is Mitch. Mitch, you're on Ron and Fez.
The Jimmy Rollins thing over 2 seasons is a lot like Tiger Woods over 2 seasons.
Still a hell of a thing, though, right?
Yeah, very much.
You can't take anything away from Tiger Woods when it happened. You know, and people don't want to act like he has it, but, you know, he was able to pull it off.
Tiger Woods, they go the other way on. If he doesn't have a winning streak going on,
right,
Tiger's through.
All right, now, Eastside Dave is trying to hand me this Hack Wilson's record of 190 RBIs, a longer record. Yes, it is. We're not talking about the longest record. We're saying DiMaggio's record is more like a modern thing that you can still talk about. No one talks about Hack Wilson anymore. What was that, 1938?
Yeah, I mean, it was in the either 20s or 30s, but I thought it's a harder record by longevity.
Is a harder record than Cy Young's of 5'11".
Well, that was crazy time baseball.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Put Hack the same place.
Hack Wilson. How about this though? No one ever mentions this because they happened in the same year. 56 and Teddy Williams batting 400. I don't think 400 is going to happen.
400 isn't going to happen, but that also wasn't a record. That's the difference.
But it's you could almost make the thing. It's a record for modern baseball. You know, like once they went to the hard baseball, there wasn't people hitting 400 all over the place the way it was in the dead ball era.
Stu, you're on Ron and Fez.
Actually, it's Phil. But what about Nolan Ryan's 5,000?
Now, how do you fucking confuse Stu with Phil over there? Nolan Ryan's what?
With Nolan Ryan's 5,000 strikeouts. That's kind of a modern era, and batters strike out more nowadays than they did when Nolan Ryan was in his prime.
You know what was amazing? I saw Nolan Ryan's last no-hitter on TV, and he was, 40-plus at the time?
He was 46.
No. For the last no-hitter?
45.
45. That was unfucking believable. That was like one of the best TV nights I've ever had. Hey, Mike, you're on the Ron and Fez show. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Hey, buddy.
You guys were talking about Mongo, and I got a little Mongo update for you.
Yeah.
They had a Bears 20th Super Bowl reunion party down in Crown Point, Indiana, just a Chicago suburb.
Yeah.
And the guy was shooting Jaeger bombs like crazy. He's a mess.
Did he still have his dog, Pepe?
What's that?
Did he still have the little Chihuahua, Pepe? He was the original Paris Hilton.
Yeah, he was. He did have that tiny dog with him all the time. Dave, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what about Cal Ripken? Who's going to break his record? I mean, is it even possible to break that record?
Let me just tell you something about Cal Ripken's record. Like in school, in baseball, I've never been excited about an attendance record. The fact that the man showed up, I am not overly enthused about.
Wow, I don't know. That's a long time to be going, though.
Yes, but not going hard. I had the feeling that if he really slid more, dove more, he would have gotten hurt like a ball player.
They had that whole thing where Kevin Costner...
yeah, it never happened. That was urban myth. It's a lie.
And towards the end of that streak, he would always play 5 innings, and then they would sit him for the other 4.
Yeah, but I think Garrick did the same type of stuff.
Yeah, Garrick pulled some BS, too.
Yeah. Garrick showed up, waved to everybody, took a piss, then left. Well, took care of his mom.
He would actually he would do even worse things like that. He would start the game, say on the road, and he would be the third hitter. So he would get his at bat, take that, and then he wouldn't even play the field. In the bottom of the first, they would substitute. So cause all you need is one at bat to be illegal. To legally play in a game.
So the attendance record, never impressive for either one of those guys. It's no big deal.
I got to confess, I was the biggest loser. I had perfect attendance through high school.
I know. That's what I'm fucking trying to say. But did you work hard? No.
Lucky.
You've got perfect attendance here.
Yeah,
but some days you show up for the end of the show with frozen feet.
I wasn't even aware of it until they told me, like, 3 days before graduation, like, oh, by the way, you have to sit with the guy, with all the awards winners. I'm like, what did I win? They were perfect attendance. There was like 7 people in that row.
I always wanted that award, couldn't get it, too sickly.
I never showed up for school. If I fucking found out somebody had a car and a bag of pot, I was gone.
You had perfect absence award.
I did show up occasionally going like this, yes, are we ready for the exam? And they're going, who are you? I was out driving around Beaver Valley with my friends. What the fuck's the big deal? Let's not get aggressive with this. So, again, that's the Earl Award. It means nothing to me. And I'm saying the same thing to Brett Favre. You and your, he never misses a game. Yeah, and then he fucking chucks the ball up in the stands 8 or 9 times. I'd want that son of a bitch to have perfect attendance if I'm on the other team. Yeah, we'll play against Favre. Here's Chris. Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, you guys are talking about these records that everybody's breaking nowadays. I mean, the guys nowadays, they have all this fancy equipment and everything else. I mean,
and they got their REM TV and they got their PlayStation in their bedroom. Stop sounding like blowhard.
Yeah, but what do the old guys have? Like,
what are they going to...
The old guys never had to fly. You don't have to fly from California to New York and play a day game the next time.
You've got...
They get in a bus and they have to sit in a bus for how many hours?
But here's the thing. You've got to play in the era that you're playing in. You can't really... Baseball's one of the few sports that you can even compare.
That's where the separation needs to be made. You need to make a separation there and say, hey, this is the old records and here's the new records.
I have no problem with that. First of all, the steroid records have kind of ruined everything else. No one cares. But you have a game. You know what I mean? You have a game that's been around. And in baseball, you can compare more than you can to football. Look back at games in the 1950s, and it doesn't look anything like the football we have today. Not one of those guys would be playing right now in the NFL. And none of the linemen, the linebackers, it's ridiculous.
And their careers
nowadays they have all the equipment they can work out and everything else. I mean, it's such bullshit.
It isn't bullshit to fucking use the equipment of your era. That's insane to say.
You also got to remember the rules in football were much more lax. You could cheap shot a guy, you can clothesline a guy, you could practically kill a guy.
Right.
Or you got suspended or kicked out.
That's because they were in no kind of shape. The guys that he's talking about now, it was tougher back then. They never even fucking worked out, those guys. A lot of those linemen in the NFL, they would run the 40 in like 8.0. It just didn't matter.
And look at the guys in who played basketball. I mean, even up to like the mid-'60s, they still had the gay fucking, like, you know, the set shot with the awful little shorts. They played basketball like my mom.
First of all, you can't make a big deal about the shorts.
It was horrible. Look,
they played basketball the way the game of basketball was played at that time. That's the way the game was played. So nobody knew any different. It wasn't like they purposely went out of their way to have set shots. That was the game of basketball then. That was the way men wore their shorts. No big deal.
If Michael Jordan was around in 1965, I would say he would average 65 points a game. Minimum.
He wouldn't have been allowed to play.
Why don't you do this, Jackie? Get yourself a fucking time machine, put him in it, and prove your point. What does that even mean when you bring up shit like that? Are you taking away from Wilt's record of 100?
Absolutely.
The fucking guy had to go around. You know, here's the other thing what they had to do in those days. Wilt Chamberlain, as big as he was, I mean, it was 7'1" when nobody was even 6 foot. He also had to, after every game, run out to the airport, stand in line like everybody else, and fly fucking coach to the next game. That was not an easy thing to pull off.
With his head hitting the roof of the plane.
Yeah.
He had a good life. 20,000 women. Come on. I'm not crying for Wilt Chamberlain. God rest his soul.
If you're going to talk crazy, you can't grab the mic. So that's the thing.
Okay.
You're welcome in here if you're making sense. But if just yelling out stuff like he had a good life, it means nothing to me.
And just you mentioned before, like the long flights, the long bus trips. Imagine how banged up a guy like Wilt was, because they always doubled and triple teamed him. They hacked him to death.
Right.
And so he was sore, busted, bruised, and still went out and played the game. But
I'm going to tell you right now, there's only one record that means anything to me, and that is a no-hitter thrown by Doc Ellis on acid. Tripping on fucking acid and chucking a fucking no-hitter. I dare anybody. I'd like to see Michael Jordan play on acid. I bet he fucking maybe would score 3. And even then, I'm doubting it. You're famous. It always comes back to fucking Michael Jordan with these guys. They act like they're sports fans. They never see any farther than Michael Jordan.
I think ESPN Classic ran that game. And you just
the acid game?
The acid game, and you look into his eyes, and he's just somewhere else. He was like, well, I was in the zone. I was like, yeah, you were in the zone, all right.
Who, Doc?
Doc.
I thought the game never was on TV.
I think they reran it where he's just he's doing like one of the press conferences. He is glazing.
Maybe they had something from that conference, but he was on our show one time. He said it wasn't. He said the toughest thing was when the catcher would throw the ball back to him. He said because sometimes it would come back like a fucking pea, like he was trying to catch a pea, and next time it would look like a beach ball.
What about David Wells, Ronnie?
What about Wells?
He was drunk when he threw his perfect game. Perfect game, not in the no-hitter, perfect game.
Here's the deal, though. First of all, you can't compare alcohol to acid. Second, now I hear, as time goes on, that was just Wells trying to build himself up, that he never was out. He had like 1 or 2 the night before, but he wasn't out drinking all night long. Again, you Yankee fans, it always has to go back to the Yankees. That's as far as they get in baseball. Never out of the Bronx. Here's Scott. Scott, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ronnie, how you doing?
Hey, buddy.
Just going to ask Fez. Does that guy that called before realize that they almost banned college football because they were killing so many people?
Well, you know
how does he think a player back then couldn't play with a player now? They were killing guys back then.
Well, first of all, college football was bigger than pros until about the 1960s. That before that was even a bigger game. We talk about the pro game being so much bigger than baseball and basketball. It wasn't even big until like the 60s. That's when it finally started to kick in. Here's Todd. Todd, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how's it going, Ronnie?
Yeah.
Hey, just tell Dave if Michael Jordan was playing with Wilt, he wouldn't be doing this shit he was doing today. He'd be playing the game like everybody else was.
Yeah, it's not like he invented the
Not
way...
Jordan.
Yeah, Michael Jordan, what he's trying to say is he would have came up, he would have been wearing the same kind of shoes, he would have been practicing the same amount, he would have not been the Michael Jordan that you saw in the 90s. He would have been a Michael Jordan who played pretty much like the guys. He might have been a dominant player, but he would have played in that style.
I disagree with that.
Based on what?
I just think he would have, been slaying 360 and jumping from the free throw line.
He wouldn't have known to.
Yeah, and he'd be wearing old fucking Converse, because he had to stand on the backs of the people that came before him. That's the fucking point. Everybody gets something from the generation before, except for, of course, Howard Stern invented everything. But everybody else is dependent on the people who came before.
And it wasn't like Jordan was designing defenses and game plans, and you played the game the way it was, the way the coach designed it. The coach set the design, you ran that design.
No. Yes, that was the game.
The stupidest fucking comment I've ever heard. No player designs defenses or
That's what he's
schemes.
saying. You're going to play inside the schemes of the time.
But my point is, what made Jordan so great is that, Phil Jackson's going to draw it up like it. Phil Jackson's not going to draw up that Michael Jordan jumps over 3 people and dunks on them. Jordan
right, but
went
he still
beyond
played
expectations.
Right. And he would have then. But it wouldn't be like the Michael Jordan from the 90s playing then if he grew up in that fucking era.
But if Jordan went beyond expectations in the modern era, how do we not know that he wouldn't have gone beyond expectations?
But he wouldn't have been 90s Jordan playing against those guys. That's what I can't fit in your fucking pea brain. You think that he would be the same player that played in the 90s except for playing a bunch of slow white guys. It's just not true.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was either the Celtics or pretty much all of those dominant teams of that era, their offenses were designed to where everybody had to touch the ball, as opposed to you bring the ball up court, you give it to Jordan, he shoots, he scores. It was just it was a whole different era and a whole different time.
Absolutely.
That's not the offense that Jordan ran at all. It was called a triangle offense where he had to run it with Scottie Pippen and a big man.
That's right, but it was designed for him is what he's trying to tell you. He would not have had as much time with the ball. It would have been different. He would have been a dominant player, yes.
Wait a second. One thing to counter that could be deemed bullshit because Will Chamberlain got the ball to score 100 points.
Right.
So if Will Chamberlain got the ball
because it was 7-1.
And in that offense, he was the last guy to touch the ball. So
every time.
That's
because he was
the
center. You tried to. The game then was try to shoot it from as close as you can to the basket. I know you fucking don't watch ESPN Classic. You want to sit down one night instead of jacking and watch that. Brian, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron, I wanted to ask you if you think that the hitting streak record is bigger than winning 7 Tour de France's in a row like Lance Armstrong did.
The thing is, and I know you're probably a big Lance Armstrong fan, I can't get excited about a guy riding a bike. To me, you might as well be saying, oh, and then I know another guy who can pull a fucking wagon down the street. It seems a little childish to me in discussing sports. Now, in his world, he's done a fantastic thing, but we can't compare that to what we consider major sport here in the U.S.
Well, right behind him is Bobby and Cindy Brady with the teeter-totter record.
Thank you, Fez. Thank you for making the point of the day.
I think
point of the day goes to Fez Watley.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I thought
you get dumbest person.
Give me Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan, Phil Jackson, and a time machine.
I think in America it's not a sport.
That was bad.
Yeah.
It's not.
Right after point of the day.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm going to go to the leaderboard.
No.
I'm taking point of the day.
Give me back my point of the day.
And it's open to somebody else.
All right.
Point of the day.
I got a chance.
When you hear this.
Oh. Okay.
It means point of the day is back open again. Yeah.
I have my point. One point that I'd like to make for point of the day is in America we don't really consider it a sport unless it has a ball. So the bicycling, the running, while huge sports in other places, not so much in America because we need a ball.
What about
football.
boxing? We fucking need we need a ball.
Sports dying, Mr. B.
That doesn't mean it's not a sport.
And you know what? At one time it was the only sport. There was 2 sports in this country really that were big. Boxing and fucking horse racing. Those were the 2 sports. Neither one of them had a ball. Both of them you can make big money on.
Yeah, I remember, was it Jack Dempsey versus Gene Tunney drew like 70,000 people at Soldier Field in 1924, and this is at the height of Babe Ruth.
Right.
It was huge.
Yeah, and so did the Yankees, though, too.
No one's taking anything away from your beloved Yankees. You know what I'd like you to do? Name another team. Name a National League team, and I'm going to give you 5 minutes.
Chicago Cubs.
I was going to give you 5 minutes to come up, so all right, you picked it up. Teach that kid about going with a bit.
Sorry.
Teach him about going with a bit.
That's the next lesson.
Yeah. Setting up a guest and going with the bit is the 2 things he needs to learn today. John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
Hey, DiMaggio's brother caught the ball that ended his streak, and he had to have hated him for doing that.
Well, what are you going to do? You're playing a fucking game.
Hey, what about Don Larson's perfect game in the World Series?
Well, that's a hell of a thing, Yankee fan.
I'm not a Yankee fan, but you got to give it to him for that.
Yeah, I give him all the credit in the world. No one's even come close to it. But you know what? Maybe if I'm playing for the fucking Yankees, I'm pitching for him, I probably would have given up 2 with that fucking team. I just get tired a little bit of hearing constant Yankee chatter. I know you guys love that team, but there's one team in baseball, and then the Washington Generals is the only way you guys think.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
It's not difficult. I want you to understand this. It's not a difficult thing to be a Yankee fan. Get that through your head.
Well, here's the thing. I was born in 1977. I grew up in the 80s with the bad Yankees.
Everybody acts like they jumped on the bandwagon at the wrong time.
Well, it's amazing to hear every Yankee fan tell how they have suffered.
Right.
How many 26 world championships? Oh, how you have suffered.
DeMo, and you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I think the best record out there is Joe Willie Namath when he wore a fur coat and 2 hookers in the sideline of a game. No one else has set that record but him.
First of all, you can't say enough nice things about Joe Willie. I'm going to take my attack off of New York and say all nice things about Joe Willie. Vincent, you're on Ron and Fez. All right, you know what? If you can't turn your radio down, no, can't be on. Jerry, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, you guys are the best entertainment on the radio, bar none. And I miss fatty pneumonia.
I don't know. I feel like we're being set up here, Fez.
But anyway, the best record that'll never be broken is Fezzy's betting record. That'll never be broken.
Fez's betting record of just being wrong this year was absolutely phenomenal.
9-game losing streak.
Well,
9 weeks in a row.
That was that one. But then before that, you would run, other than I think the first game, the first weekend of the series, you and that fucking mutt had loser after loser after loser. I was suffering by the end of football season this year.
Yeah, it was a bad year. I really got to turn it around in 06.
I had already talked. I'm telling you right now, there's no way Wiki will permit it. I talked to him about it, and he's like, I don't like football. And I go, I know, but sometimes it's fun to talk about. He's like, I don't know. So I'm like, you know, the guys do gambling. And he came out with a record. Your record was like about 110. It's now become the Watley line. If you're betting is under 120, it's the Watley line.
I got week 1, though, Wisconsin Badgers.
Here's TJ Swimmer. You're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, you guys are comparing heroes from different sports eras. The next Rocky movie is going to have Rocky coming out of retirement to fight the current heavyweight champ, and he's, what, like 50-something?
Well, how old was George Foreman when he made his comeback? Late 40s?
Yeah, about that.
Yeah,
How old
46.
was Holyfield when he retired?
Man, I don't even know if Holyfield is officially retired. I'd say he's about 41, 42, though.
He's not being allowed to
pretty
box.
up there.
Yeah. And it's a shame because Holyfield was a hell of a fighter, and they just, you know, it's one thing when you hang around too long. Let's say Jordan. It was kind of rough to watch him when he played with Washington. But when, you know, he didn't turn retarded from it. You know what I mean? That's the sad thing about boxing. You can love a guy and then watch him turn retarded on you. And have his ear bit off.
I saw his last fight that he will fight in New York City because he's not allowed to fight in New York anymore because he is becoming so retarded in Madison Square Garden. And he just got pummeled. Oh, my God.
Right.
There was just not any names at that point, and they kept Holyfield around. They kept offering the paydays.
Well, you know, it's not like it's a new thing, though. I mean, that went around with every, you know, Joe Louis hung around too long, and then health problems. So that's not a new thing to do. Like, you just must like it so much, like the money, like the excitement. Like, who doesn't want to keep making big, giant paydays more than most people get paid over a lifetime?
Yeah, they keep giving them like these $3, $4, $5, $6 million paydays. How can you say no? And he still, in his mind, he still thinks he can fight and be competitive. And you hear him talk more and more. It's just like it gets slower and more slurred. And I'm like, stop. You were a great champion. We want to remember you as you are.
Oh, I want to remember him as dancing with the stars last year like a fucking moron. I think I actually saw him trickle some piss. That's how fucking punch drunk he is while he was trying to dance. It was sad to see. And he was a great, great fighter. I saw him fight a couple of times. I saw him the night that he got his ear bit off. Fez and I were there, too. We were in Vegas.
At the MGM Grand.
Yeah.
You saw the Tyson Holyfield fight. Tyson Holyfield 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, down front.
Mr. Don King fucking took care of us.
You guys have been places.
Took care of us with everything, if you know what I mean. Here's Greg. Greg, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron. Hey, Fez.
Yeah.
Hey, if Michael Jordan played back in Wilt Chamberlain's era, he'd have been called for walking every time.
Yeah, that is true. His game would have to change 1,000,000%. Fucking discontinue constantly. Here's Mike. Mike, you're on Ron and Fez. He's so nervous now. He's
yeah,
so
buddies.
nervous. Yeah,
I just don't agree with him.
Hoo-ah!
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, Yankees had a great record that'll never be broken. Steve Howe's 7 drug suspensions.
Steve Howe kind of invented the drug suspension, and he needs all the... and every time he came back in tears and letting on that it's never going to happen again. You got to love that.
Darryl gave him a run for his money, though. Darryl might, maybe we can get, coach Darryl to come back in. He can still swing.
What's the latest with Darryl?
Right now, he's going around teaching kids not to do drugs.
Right.
But he always does that, and then he falls right back with, like, an 8-ball and a hooker somewhere in Florida. It's always in Florida, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to get on that circuit of former abusers touring together.
We used to have the same dentist, and he was constantly going in for cleanings and would keep the mask on for the fucking cleaning. And basically, it was just a chance to go get high. But this is while he was already in trouble with everybody. It was like, yeah, fucking Darryl was here again today. I had the mask on an hour and a half. Keep cleaning me.
No, Darryl's, last time Darryl Strawberry was like preaching. He's a minister now.
Yeah, they all do. What's the fucking big deal?
And,
it must be the easiest thing for a black guy to become a preacher. It's got to be a fucking easier test than fucking your driver's license.
The one thing is check race. That's the one question. You get to be a preacher.
White people are
That's
so
racist?
scared
Yes,
of black
that's how far you've fallen from when you at one time had, I forget what it was, Remark of the Day or something.
Point of the day.
Point of the day.
I have point
Now-
of the day.
Now you're fucking
White people are so scared of black people.
the racist of the afternoon. You want to go for Hitler? I'm ready to fucking do it right now.
Do not hit Hitler.
Earl, I know that I'm not the least racist person in the world, but around these fuckers, I'm a freedom rider. I am a freedom rider coming down to try to help out.
And lover.
Yeah, go ahead and call me that. Run with it. Sean, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I hate to correct Dummy Dave, but NASCAR is a big sport without a ball.
It's not a sport, though.
That's a sport. It's on ESPN.
Driving.
Poker's on ESPN. Is that a sport?
That's a game.
Thank you. So is fucking NASCAR. It's a very fun game, but it's a game nonetheless.
Sports are
slot cars.
Sports are things that normal people, average Joes, cannot do. I can drive and make left turns all day.
Like NASCAR.
You
Sure I
can't fuck-
could. If
you wouldn't be
if
able
you
to
got me
fuck.
a car,
I'm going to tell you right now, you wouldn't be able to stay on the fucking track at the bank.
give me a fucking car that can go 100. It's not the human going 180. It's the car. I can put. Yeah, how hard is it
I'm going to tell you the
put
truth.
my foot on the gas?
I was down in Daytona on that thing. It's scary to fucking walk on that track because it's more like a wall when you get down there. I mean, you would not believe the slant on that. I can't imagine those guys driving it. It's a hell of a game. I give you all the credit in the world. But I don't know if you can call it a sport because what are you physically doing? Steering?
Yeah, that's my point.
Yeah, I know. I tried to make it for you.
So POD, please. Point of the day.
Fuck no.
Oh, come on, that was POD.
No.
You are not getting the pod.
Yeah, you're not a Potter. Seriously, so far from it. It's really not even impressive. Cockroach, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey guys, hate the show, y'all suck. But hey man, what about the 4 Stanley Cups that the Islanders won?
What is that? That's great if you're from Long Island, but it's no kind of record. That's a record for being on Long Island. I give you all the credit in the world for that. Here's Mike. Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, has anybody ever topped 7 dicks up their ass with room for 8?
That I don't know.
That's never been done. No one will ever break the 8-dick ass. That'll never happen.
Very uncomfortable when the show starts to go in those directions.
That's not point of the day.
Yeah. Hey, Bo, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, buddy.
Hey, how about this streak? Most consecutive work days missed by a heart attack.
I'm sure I'm on the low end.
Might have been point of the day. I was thinking about giving him point of the day for that.
I'm glad he hung up.
Fez missed fucking 2 weeks. He's back out here. Unbelievable. Coaching the Bears one more time. He's the Ditka of radio comedy.
I could have been laid up for months. No, I insisted on being brought in here.
Did they say you could take months off?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They wanted to let me stay off until I was done with rehab.
Did you tell them how rarely you're even on mic, though? This is the same as being home.
The problem was when they said, "What kind of job do you do? Is it real physical?"
Mm-hmm.
And I should have made something up like piano mover. No, you're not going back for a year.
You were able to. Nobody was going to. Nobody forced you back in here. Matter of fact, they said some of the best shows we ever did was when you were gone.
Really?
They said the show had flow. Nobody was talking over each other, and if we were talking about sports, it stayed there, didn't swerve into dicks in the ass, and all that uncomfortable stuff.
Who made all these comments?
Me and a couple other people.
Yeah.
Tim, you're on Ron and Fez.
Thanks, pal.
Yeah.
Ron, Fezzy.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, I just want to lend to that NASCAR deal. Man, them guys are athletes, purebred. They're riding around in them
inbred.
150 degrees, you know.
Yes, it's hot in there.
Hours
That's
and
true.
stuff like that.
But what would you say is more difficult? All right, hold on, Tim. What's more difficult? Would it be driving a NASCAR or flying the shuttle?
I would say flying the shuttle. Probably.
Now, would you say an astronaut is an athlete?
In his own right, sure.
So
No, but you got to look at the point.
Yeah.
Those guys are in those cars. It's 120.
I understand, but it's tough. All right, let me put it this way.
They're working that wheel. They're pulling.
I understand, but it's really tough to like.
A basketball player who takes timeouts, a baseball player.
You're missing the point. All right, let's say this: picking tomatoes, picking tomatoes in the hot sun, difficult thing. But are they athletes? They're out there all day breaking their backs. What?
Yeah.
All right, so everyone's a fucking athlete now.
Anyone who sweats is an athlete.
Right.
I just don't see how you can say that they're not athletes.
You haven't given us a point because the car is doing the work.
What makes an athlete?
The sport, the human body makes it makes it athletic competition. The human body.
He catches the ball.
Yes.
He runs for 10 seconds. How does that make him an athlete?
Try hitting a fastball thrown by Roger Clemens. Okay, sir. That's an athlete. Or try
Let me just say
going over the goal line like Walter Payton. Athlete. Athleticism.
So why won't you give it to NASCAR?
Sitting and putting a hands-on steering wheel.
It's very fucking hot in there.
First of all, no, I'm going to say this. A sport, you have to be standing for it to be a sport. That's another stipulation that I've just put in. They're sitting the entire time.
What about a catcher?
He's not squatting.
Yes,
All
that's
right.
not standing.
So catchers are no athletes. I'll go by that rule. And that could be the point of the D.
All right, so no. It's not the point of the D.
I liked his astronaut analogy, and I remember when Sally Ride won NASA's Ladies' Championship, the very first one.
Yeah, you just can't act like because it's hot and it's difficult, you're a fucking athlete.
I don't think...
Why don't I say a welder's an athlete?
Hey,
he would.
I'm not trying to slam NASCAR. I don't think running is a sport either. I just don't... I think it's conditioning. I don't think it's a sport.
It's a sport. It's the first sport.
No.
Vincent, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Vincent.
Anyways, what's going on? What do you think about Ichiro's single record last year in Seattle?
Yeah, that hit record was a lot longer than the DiMaggio record, and I believe it was even longer than the Hack Wilson record. So that's a great point.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying just because he's Japanese, Asian people are taking over everything now. It's weird.
Yeah, I don't even know if they should be allowed in the game because they're, they got the little bodies for it, perfect for the game. Tiny little bodies.
The World Baseball Classic coverage on XM starts tomorrow.
Is that right?
Yeah, exclusive coverage on XM satellite radio.
What time's the first game?
I don't know. We'll have to check that out.
Why don't we do this? If it plays during our show, we just flip it on from here and act like we're calling a game. Well, it's a beautiful day for a ball game, everybody. Hey, it's Ron Bennington, Fez Watley with you.
Are the first games from Tokyo, Earl?
Yes, I believe the first games are already finished in Tokyo because today is tomorrow there.
What?
Yeah. For the time difference. They're already...
What do you mean today? So who won?
We're looking
Why wouldn't we play that live then?
I guess because of the time difference. I'm not sure.
Why do we care?
No, because if their games air like at 5 in the morning.
Yes. We have a satellite. We're on 24 hours a day.
I know, but...
If we're going to send people to Japan, we might as well air it live.
Or just act like me and Fez are there. Well, it's a beautiful day for Japanese baseball. Ron Bennington, Fez Watley coming at you.
How about that raw fish here?
Hop Sing up to the plate, and it's a swing, and it's a miss for the tiny little man. What's wrong with that? Why can't we just fake that we're there? Why go all the way to Japan when this whole thing is supposed to be theater of the mind, isn't it, Earl?
Yes.
We're about to do an interview. Here he comes up here.
This fish still alive!
Cha-cha-cha! Well, thank you very much for being on the show today.
This has been XM Satellite Radio coverage, exclusive coverage of the World Baseball Classic.
Hey, John, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Ronnie, Fezzy, how you guys doing?
Yeah.
I wanted to thank you, Ron, for calling out all the Yankee fans that everything has to revolve around the Yankees.
It's just all Yankees. They have no idea there's other teams.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
The other thing was Darryl Strawberry. He's working as an instructor in Met camp.
Yeah, he's like this. First, here's what you do. You roll up the bill, then you fucking chop the white, get it in 2 lines, and 1 for each nostril.
Bravo.
Yeah. All right, see you later.
You know, they say it was Keith Hernandez who got him into all that stuff. But
So, you know what? Let's fucking blame other people. Let's take no personal responsibility. Keith Hernandez is able to do bumps and go out and fucking pick up the MVP in 1979. Nobody, you don't see him going around. I'm sure somebody got him high, too. I can't stand the fact where it's always everybody else's fault.
Keith Hernandez was on Seinfeld, and now he's announcing for the Mets. Maybe he should take some responsibility and talk about his past instead of pretending that he's this clean-cut guy.
Who said he says he pretends he's clean-cut? He's known as a womanizer, a party guy.
He never admits to starting Darryl on the road of drugs.
Why should you? Why you don't start anybody? Everybody's free to do whatever the fuck they want.
Darryl was a kid.
You can't go. So is he an adult? Maybe he was too young to play baseball. Maybe we blame baseball. If it wasn't for that, wouldn't be his fault. Take some fucking responsibility for the fact you couldn't handle your fucking drug. It's up to you to quit. Hernandez, I saw him at a Hooters one time. He had 2 fucking broads with him. Looked like $1 million. I saw him throwing cash around. And was also wearing his pants up way above his fucking belly button.
He's getting up there. He does those just for hair, just for guys, hair gel commercials now.
Well, the guy does have fantastic hair.
And that mustache, jet black.
I find him to be pompous.
What's he supposed to do, come on a Mets game? Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to let everybody know I'm the first person to fucking do a rail with Darryl Strawberry. I should be blamed for his fucking problems.
Yeah, I remember, I'll never forget, on Channel 9 here in New York, watching a Met game. The Mets are getting their asses kicked, and Hernandez is just sitting in the dugout, legs crossed, smoking a cigarette.
That's not cool, though.
Just looking as cool as can be.
So you were more dedicated?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
If it's going badly,
how many fucking rings you have? Let me check. Nothing.
I don't have any rings.
Thank you.
Another thing about Keith Hernandez, my friend who was a Mets fan took me to a Phillies Mets game at Shea. And there was everyone. Tim Tuffle was giving autographs, Kevin Mitchell, and Keith Hernandez. I don't even like the Mets, but I play first base. So Keith Hernandez, I shouted. No, didn't even look at us. Went right into the dugout. What a fucking cock!
All right, so here's what I hate. If you write your name down for somebody, you're a great person. If you don't, you're a cock. I hate you fucking guys that feel like the only way that you will say whether the guy was a good ball player or not is how he personally treated you when you're hanging over a rail with a goddamn pen at him.
I'm just saying, the way he treated me when I was 10, I'm pretty sure he treats every, Joe
Average. What the hell's that got to do with anything?
He's not friendly.
So what? If we come up with a friendly Hall of Fame, I won't vote for the guy. Nervous caller, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
My sister-in-law worked for Major League Baseball, and she was helping. She had to escort Keith Hernandez somewhere one time, and
sure,
it was totally giving her the creeps, just trying to hit on her, get her number. She kept saying, "I'm married, I'm married." So it didn't bother him. Still trying to get her number, hit on her, and this is in a professional environment too.
See? Boom.
What is your point? That a guy likes to fuck. What am I going to do? Hold that against him? What do you expect? You're sending this fucking, I hate to say it, scantily clad broad to fucking pick him up, take him from one place to the other. Send a fat guy with him. I'm sure he'd have a lovely day.
Some of us are Christians and don't want, immoral athletes walking around. I root for guys like Don Mattingly and Gerald Wilkins. That's who I root for. Derek Jeter.
Just Yankees. All right, go ahead.
No, but I think Bob Gibson was one of the greatest pitchers that ever played.
Right.
Or pitched, and he was the biggest prick in the world. He yelled at his own teammates. Like when Tim McCarver would come out there.
On the field, though.
Yeah,
on the field.
But you know what? You don't have to be a nice guy to be a fucking great player.
Exactly.
You don't have to. If you're going to, it's like this. People do the same thing with like movie stars. They'll go, "Oh, I hate Bruce Willis." Oh, what movie? Oh, I saw him one time at the airport, and he was fucking running for a plane, wouldn't stop. What the hell does that got to do with whether you like the guy or not? A friend of mine said, "Oh, I hate Bruce Willis. He's always fucking hanging around with Bush." That has nothing to do with his movies. You like his movies or not? That's the only way to grade him. I don't care about anything else.
I mean, if I meet them, though, I'd like them to be friendly, and then I'll be a fan for life. Whitney Houston and FAO Schwartz, when I was 6, she blew me off.
So what? But what do I care about that?
Now she's a crack whore.
Nothing. None of that stuff matters. You either like her for her music or you don't. You act like people should, when they fucking leave their house, should be handing out toys to people. That has nothing to do with what they do for a living.
Yeah, like Van Morrison, he's been known as rude and gruff. It was like, does that negate that he's an amazing singer?
Right. Or what if Hitler stops, signs a fucking autograph for you, and gives you a piece of candy, and now you're going to be a Hitler fan for the rest of your life?
Absolutely.
Nobody's nicer to OJ to people, except for one woman.
OJ loves signing autographs.
Yeah. Here's In Blood. Brandon, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I got some sports without balls.
Yeah.
Like, they're all more athletic than baseball. Also, like snowboarding, skateboarding, motocross, and BMX.
All right, where are you on snowboarding? Is that a sport?
Hobbies. Hobbies.
I say it's a sport.
It's even in the Olympics.
Yeah, I say it's a sport. Well, you can't always go by the Olympics now. There's a lot of
That's
shitty
true.
stuff.
Curling's in the Olympics.
Yeah, there's a lot of shitty stuff in the Olympics. But I think some of you guys get too carried away with the sport. I understand where you're getting with NASCAR, because that's a fucking car. That's a tough one. And poker is also on ESPN and in Sports Illustrated. Both of those things.
Something the average Joe could not do. I see a lot of people snowboarding. A lot of people ski. Big deal.
A lot of people play fucking baseball. It doesn't make it a sport.
No, but the ball's not traveling 85 miles, 90 miles
Right, that's
an
what
hour
they're saying.
playing.
When somebody is riding their fucking skateboard, they're not doing the same things that Tony Hawk is doing. He takes it to a whole nother level to you and your neighbor in the driveway.
It all looks the same to me.
Let me ask you something. Before you start talking, do you even think about what is going to be coming out of your mouth?
I try to. I really do.
So you don't see what I was just saying. You're saying that it's more difficult to play baseball at a pro level, right?
Yes.
That makes it a sport. It's also more difficult to snowboard on the level of the best fucking people.
Right, but I would qualify them as highly skilled at their hobby.
Here is Mark. Mark, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Ron.
Yeah.
How you doing today?
Good, buddy.
Hey, golf considered an athletic sport or what?
Is golf a sport for you? It's got a ball?
I would say no, even though it does have a ball, because too much walking.
NASCAR.
Too much walking.
That wouldn't make it more of a sport?
What about baseball? No one does more walking than baseball.
No, you have to run to first base if you bunt, or you have to run to second if you steal.
I
you
see
have
them
to run.
walking constantly.
Yeah,
but that's
they
a
have
walk.
walks in
that's
that game.
That's a base on balls.
That's
though.
what we're saying.
There's a lot of athleticism in a NASCAR race, too, because you're in the car for 3.5 hours, 3 hours at times.
Tony Stewart looks like a real athlete to me. Tony Stewart and his
But
three chins.
You wear yourself out driving that car fatigue-wise.
Tony Stewart looks in great shape.
All right, so hold on. Are you going to say every offensive lineman looks like they're in great shape?
But they're also 6'6". They're allowed to have some pounds on them.
So you got to be taller to be fat, to be an athlete. Fez.
Tony Siragusa.
He thinks he makes points, but he doesn't. And that's why your face is so red, right, Fred? Because you don't know where you're fucking going. You don't know what you're doing in here.
So hot.
It's the big boys table.
He is scrambling for point of the day, and he just can't get it.
Ron and Fez sitting in here. Eastside Dave has wandered into this room after what I would consider a subpar show all the way around, setting up the guests. I noticed the phones aren't running the same way as they were before, and now you're making it even more difficult by half points. You're in here with half points all day.
I was just trying to show you that Hack Wilson's record was wrong, and then I got caught in this whirlwind, and maybe that was my mistake.
Hey, Tim, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, what about horse racing, meaning the sport of kings?
Horse racing, what do you say about that one?
No, they're fucking animals. I can race my puppies down the street. Horse racing?
Sport of kings.
You couldn't beat a horse with them.
Good. I'm going to start up monkey wrestling then from now on. That's my new sport.
I
That's
wish.
Silly.
Quit saying stuff you're not really going to do.
So you're saying if it has an animal in it, it's not a sport. That's your point.
Mr. B, you have to agree with me on this one. They're horses. How can that be a sport? It's wildlife at the most. That's all it is.
It's not exactly natural.
Here is, and it's older than baseball.
Hey, Ronnie, what's up?
Yes, horse racing is older than baseball.
You gotta check that.
They fucking used to do it back in Rome. They used to race in the Coliseum. They were playing baseball.
The horse was only invented in 1965, Ronnie.
Hey, John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ronnie, man, I got a point of the day.
Go ahead, brother.
It's on this NASCAR day.
Yeah.
NASCAR, non-athletic sports centered around rednecks.
I would give it to you except for you took that off a T-shirt, so I can't give you a point of the day on that. Can't give you a point of the day. Sorry, my friend. Hey, Rich. Rich, you're on with Ron and the Confused Talkers. How are you?
Hey, buddies.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, I was wondering if NASCAR drivers can be considered athletes. I drive a tractor-trailer. Does that make me an athlete?
Do you race other guys? So at some point, there has to be a winner and a loser for it to be a sport. Or even a game, for that matter.
So if I race some of my friends from, like, one dock to another dock.
I think that's a sport, yeah.
Okay, then all right, from now on, I'm an athletic truck driver.
All right, my brother.
Way to go.
That would be more interesting anyway. Big, huge trucks running around. If there's some magnitude to it, that could be possible.
You don't like NASCAR at all?
No,
you don't watch the Daytona 500 every year?
I watched the last 10 laps, like one time we were talking about this year. I got into it this year a little bit.
For 10 laps?
No, I mean, I turned off and on the entire time. There was a real world marathon, and then I would go back to NASCAR. Real world marathon.
You know what the fastest growing sport is? NASCAR. You know what the what sport is falling the most? Baseball.
No.
Baseball's falling the most.
I think basketball's falling more than baseball.
That's because until they invent the time machine, we can start and have people playing different eras.
No, I mean, as sad as I want to admit this, Dave, like the World Series ratings are down every single year.
Every year.
Every year.
Every sport's ratings are down, though. Every sport's because of DirecTV, television outlets and stuff like that.
I mean,
Super Bowl is up this year.
The World Series last year was beat by a replay of 3 men and a little lady. Not even 3 men and a baby. 3 men and a little lady fucking beat the World Series. That's awful.
You got to be able to beat Gutenberg.
The Goot? The man I call the Goot? Let's take a break here. Let fucking Dave towel off. How do you feel you did if you gave yourself a letter grade?
C minus?
No.
D?
No.
F?
I don't know what fucking curve you're on. Retard curve.
Oh, jeez.
Well, you struggled in here today. I want you to make good, strong points. I want you to feel like comfortable here. But you got to make good, strong points.
I thought I had a couple PODs. You didn't think I had any?
No, you lost it.
My Jordan Chamberlain comparison was a POD, I thought.
It was really crazy talk. Because you brought up a fucking time tunnel. So let's go to the time tunnel. I had to point out to you, that's just an old rerun. All right, we'll take a break. We're right back. Ron and Fez.
The Ron and Fez Show.
XM202.
Ron and Fez Show. I didn't realize we were at the end of this one, Fez.
About ready to wrap this one up. By the way, the first game on XM coverage of the World Baseball Classic is tonight at 10 on Channel 176. Korea versus Chinese Taipei.
So that's all playing live, right?
Yeah, that's all live. And then the next game is Japan versus China. That's 5 a.m. tomorrow morning, Eastern Time.
So Earl's tomorrow is yesterday fucking rule was all crazy talk. We are playing the games live.
I was crazy. I'm sorry.
I was crazy.
Yeah. Earl, at least this is as crazy as Eastside Dave is. He throws a little energy into it.
No, I'll admit my shame.
You need to buck it up a little bit, though. Get yourself a little more fired up in here doing the show. You're finding yourself down here. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Earl, and I'm sorry.
No, I'm always humble when I'm wrong.
Don't be humble. Just have some fucking fun with it. You're not a funeral director. You're a radio producer. Now, if you're a funeral director, you're like this. Yes, I'm sorry for your loss. That would be perfect. And here, I want you a little more up, a little more excitable. There's all the Oscar stuff. They've already set it up. I guess Wiki's gone out there for the red carpet.
Yeah, the carpet is laid. I guess they got it covered up for now so it doesn't get messed up.
Sure.
But the carpet's out there, the canopies, they are all set. I'm getting Oscar fever now as we're headed towards the weekend.
See, I'm not even thinking about Oscars because I like the day before the Independent Spirit Awards. That's all the Oscar stuff, but people wear jeans.
Allison Bales is going to be on the show tomorrow from the Independent Film Channel.
We sure hope so.
Yeah. So those awards are the day before the Oscars, as are the Razzies.
Yeah.
That new videotape is out showing, it's the day before Hurricane Katrina hit, and it shows President Bush with the FEMA director, Michael Brown, and the Homeland Security director, and everyone's discussing how the levees may not hold, how the evacuations are going to be a huge problem all the day before the storm hit.
Right.
And then, of course, after the storm hit, the word out of the White House was, nobody could have foreseen that the levees wouldn't hold. Nobody could have foreseen that the evacuations needed to be done this quickly.
Well, and even after all knowing all this stuff, remember the president went on vacation and he wasn't seen for a while, right?
Yeah, that was, it took a couple days before he got out there and started touring in the helicopter above the floodwaters and everything.
But even before that, it was a couple days, they said, before he even knew, before his staff would even tell him. So we knew that it was coming. All this stuff is down on tape. Like a stupid Watergate thing. Why these guys after Watergate allow themselves to be taped is beyond me.
I think in this case, with President Bush, you see him on this videotape, this Katrina tape, where he's saying into the camera, we are fully prepared. And it's almost like a real presidential type moment.
Right.
That he was trying to get captured on tape, and it's just biting him in the ass because no one was prepared.
All right, but let's try to figure it out. So he said, we're totally prepared. Then he forgot about it, left, went back to his ranch, and didn't even watch the news.
Yeah, the press conference was from the ranch. It was in a room there.
Yeah.
The videotape. That's where he was doing this video conferencing call.
So after he says this, we're prepared, he just feels like it's all done and doesn't even go back to check the 11 o'clock news or anything.
No, because after the storm hit, they said that they had to give him a DVD of news footage to get him up to speed on what had happened with Hurricane Katrina.
What's he do at the ranch where you're not even watching TV? Because they broke, you don't even have to watch the news. They broke into regular scheduled programming.
When he goes to the ranch, it's three things. He drives around in that truck, he clears brush, and then they always make a big deal about what book he's reading at the ranch. They pick some sort of historic thing, like he's reading about John Quincy Adams, the other son who became president. They really make a big deal about what he's reading.
All right, if they brag about that, then we should be able to make them do a book report on each one of them. Troy, you're on Ron and Fez. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, how are you guys?
Cool in the gang, my friend.
Hey, going through all this Katrina coverage and everything, it kind of kills me that everybody continues to blame Bush when all these people had, 4 or 5 days to get out of there?
Well, part of this videotape is them saying that, if we were going to evacuate to the Superdome can't handle these people. And in fact, there's one part of the tape where someone's saying, we may lose the roof off the Superdome.
Well, yeah, I do agree with that, but I just keep looking at it saying, even with that many people, it's I come from a city of 30,000 people. Oh, I just about got in an accident.
Careful.
Anyway, 30,000 people. I can't remember what the estimate was.
I think the reason Bush is getting so much heat for this is because in the videotape he was promising anything and everything that these people needed. And it turns out they just got stranded by this by the storm.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of pathetic on how the old search and rescue when they were only doing a couple people at a time, and people left on bridges for weeks.
Yeah, so, all the way around, this thing there's plenty of blame to go around everywhere for Katrina. And again, they still haven't even gotten all the money that they were promised, right?
Yeah, that hasn't come in.
No.
So this has got to be for President Bush, he knows how Kid Rock and Scott Stapp feel with a tape coming out.
It's always bad when the tape comes out later. Yeah, you got to always feel a little sorry for the guy that had to find out that that tape came out.
This is a politician's version of a sex tape.
866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. The great thing about the Bush administration, it's a new scandal every single week. It's not like they have a Watergate or who did you get blown by, but every single week we got something you think, hey, is this going to have the American people carrying torches down the street? And, of course, they never do. That's the beauty of them.
It's interesting how it can go domestic, international. Cheney shoots somebody. Oh,
Right.
Everyone's in an uproar at home. Oh, wait a minute, we're selling the ports to the Arabs. Yikes, it's international. Now back home again with Katrina.
Yeah, it is fun. They do keep us busy. Hey, Ronnie, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Yeah, I live down here in Pensacola, and when Katrina was coming at us, like the night before, it didn't seem like that big a threat. And then we woke up the next day, and it's like, oh, fuck, get the fuck out. So if you don't live down here, you don't realize how quickly it goes.
Right.
And plus, you can't take supplies to people if you don't know where the fuck they are. And there's no kind of communication within hundreds of miles. And you can't just blink up shit to people because the helicopters don't have gas, the trucks don't have gas, fire people don't have gas. Nobody has shit for miles and miles.
Right. I mean, I've been in that kind of thing from when I lived in Florida where everybody went on the move at the same time.
But Katrina in particular was really small the night before, and the next day it just blew up like fucking crazy, and I wanted to leave, and there was no gas anywhere to even leave. So,
it all gets...
it's just natural, and this shit happens like that, and the president or anybody doesn't have the power like a genie to be blinking shit up all over the place,
Well, I know that, but I think what he really took heat from is that he didn't even know that it happened for days after, even though the rest of us did.
I used to be a big Bush supporter, but it looks like he just fucking has given up now. He doesn't even give a fuck anymore.
Well, it's
and why should he?
Yeah, it's fourth.
He already got his man. He's got the guy to try to kill his dad is in jail, and fuck it, he's done, right?
So that was his full reason to become president?
Doesn't it look like it?
I don't know. You're the guy in Pensacola. 866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ. I did hear yesterday that the president said we will get Osama bin Laden.
Yeah, he kind of got put on the spot. He went to Afghanistan, secret visit there, because with security, they're not going to announce that he's going there. So he shows up in Afghanistan, starts getting peppered by the local reporters, saying, hey, what about Osama? Never meant to bring that up, but people in Afghanistan would like Osama bin Laden captured, and he had to go into the strong thing of... he will be brought to justice.
Yeah.
To me, that was like if you have like an old American TV show and you find out like Hogan's Heroes right now is huge in Germany.
Right.
It's like the old bit that he used to do in America, and now it's all fresh and new in Afghanistan. They haven't heard it yet.
Hey, D, you're on Ron and Fez.
What I don't understand is, these people live on the Gulf Coast, they live on the East Coast, they live in California where the mudslides happen, they live there their whole lives, and then when it hits them, then something bad happens, then they want to blame it on everybody else and look for everybody else for a handout. Well, they've known for 15 years that they've got a good chance of taking a...
So you think... All right, hold on.
Why is it the government's job to bail
you live in North Carolina, right?
Yeah.
So you've had hurricanes there, right?
Sure, absolutely.
So nobody should live on the beach, nobody should live in Florida...
No, that's not the point. The point is that, if you live on the ocean, you have to realize that you're taking a chance of getting hit by a hurricane.
Right.
So you get hit by a hurricane, why is it the George Bush or the government or every other taxpayer?
Well, here's the thing, D. What happened before it hit? Who said that they were on top of it, that we have on tape? That says we're there.
They had 5 days to get out.
D, who said on tape just the opposite of you?
They had 5 days.
Who said on tape just the opposite of you?
You're missing my point.
I got your point. That you think that because something rolls into the Gulf, everybody, and when these things happen, I don't know whether you ever watched the Weather Channel, but they normally will show you from Miami all the way up to North Carolina on one side, then into the Gulf, everything on the West Coast, the Louisiana area, and Texas, showing you where these hurricanes can go. So they basically say it's going to hit anywhere within 1,000 miles when you're 5 days out.
Right, I agree with you, but do you not agree that when you live in an area that has a good chance of getting hit by a hurricane, do you not take on a certain element of responsibility for yourself, yes or no?
You do, and again, there's a lot of people who run that town that don't have the fucking money to move back and forth the way you're saying. A lot of people are out there that make minimum wage money that are working in those hotels and stuff, do not have the funds to go running in and out of town every time it comes down. You understand that?
I understand exactly what you're saying, but I think you're missing my point. It seems like every time that anything happens, and it's not just in the United States, it might be in a foreign land, when any type of major
Dave, what town do you live in? What town do you live in?
I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina.
All right, so when you're looking at
When anything major happens, what I'm saying is that it doesn't matter where it is in the world, everybody always looks for everybody else to solve their problem.
well, when you're a taxpayer and you're paying fucking half your money in taxes, and you think
And
the
I
federal
pay a lot
government,
in taxes.
right? So the federal government, you're paying for that kind of insurance for the federal government to be there for you, right?
No, that's not what you're paying for. You're not paying your taxes to guarantee that the government builds your house back.
No one said build the house back. We said to fucking send people in to pull those people out of the water.
You're paying for the National Guard.
Yeah.
If you go home today and your house is gone, if a tornado came by and blew it away, would you expect the government to build it back for you, yes or no?
If my fucking wife was hanging off a tree, I expect somebody to get her down. That's what the fuck we're talking about, D. I know you voted for the guy, and I know you love him and all that kind of shit, but it is America. I wish we could go on with this. It's another one in the book, Fezzy.
That is all done. Thanks today to Hamel on Trial for being in studio. He's going to be at the Knitting Factory on Leonard Street here in New York City tonight through Saturday. You can also check out his new CD, pick it up, Songs for Parents Who Enjoy Drugs, on HamelOnTrial.com.
That's it for us. We're back tomorrow for the Friday show. Take care, everybody.
The Ron and Fez Show. XM 202.